All right, and we are back with Chapter 1, Episode 4.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Hopefully the culminating session. We shall see. The party has now coincidentally arrived at the same
all the way down the
location.
table.
Coincidentally. There's nothing to do with the DM tired of having to DM 5 different stories.
Sure.
Miraculous.
Lots of different pathways led them here. But when we last left, there was a tense sort of moment between Poppy Painbow and Ashback. It's like a hype squad.
Go
Yeah.
Poppy.
She just gets a hype
Go
squad.
Poppy.
Sorry. Nobody hyped up the other guy. That's all.
That's
So,
okay. That's okay. He's just a beggar. No one cares.
he is dressed in beggar clothes. So, I mean, yeah.
We actually don't even know he exists.
Well, most of you.
So, that's where we're going to pick it up. There is a room full of people, all of you guys, obviously, and there's a couple other people. Balder came with life. He was a person who worked with his master, Tobias. And Poppy came with the previous champion of the arena. Previous. Now she currently holds the title.
For now. Yeah.
For now.
For now.
And we're going to pick it up with the two, Shrek and Poppy Painbow, having a sort of moment. So they're on the stairs currently, where Asherek had come right behind Poppy with a longbow and an arrow. Sticky, ever so gently.
I begin to sneeze violently.
Two!
Because I'm super allergic to cats.
That's the quirk. We're all allergic to cats. Got it.
And then we're all just tired all the time because of
We're
the
all
venom.
tired, popping allergy meds. It's terrible. Who has the nasal
I'm not
spray?
allergic to myself.
That would be hilarious.
Solution, we shave her.
Hell no.
No, because then she's going to look like Lord Beerus.
I was just thinking of the Dr. Evil cat.
Yeah, that's what Lord Beerus is.
I mean,
He's the naked cat.
but he's definitely a lot
The
smoother.
Sphinx. Is that what they are? The Sphinx cat?
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
creepy. It's weird.
They are weird
Sorry.
cats.
Careless.
If you have a Sphinx,
And that's Mr. Bigglesworth, I'll have you know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. So, let's pick it up with this encounter real quick.
Yes.
What are the two of you going to do? First, what I'd like to do is have you two roll an initiative, just in case.
14.
$22.
Ooh, okay, so he's behind you. You're not facing him currently, but you do feel the arrow in your fur. And
You also noticed you didn't hear me approach.
this is very true. He was very sneaky. At this point, you can just kind of like the only reason you know he's there is because he's poking you with an arrow, but also it doesn't smell like.
I was busy doing other things because these people are not worth my time.
Oh!
I love the whole lack of perception explained by just plebes.
I'm too cool for school.
Yep. Arrogance, as it
I'm
were.
too busy looking for my sister.
Well, I sure hope you don't need perception.
It's in my thing. My
Your bonds.
bonds and stuff.
Yes, no, she's very, very driven.
What are you
They're the
doing?
most part of
That's
the
literally our whole purpose in life.
Yep. So what am I gonna do? I'm going to go into rage
Okay,
because it's another freaking inconvenience.
so you see just like the hair on the back of her neck stand straight up,
Oh,
I
yeah.
get a mohawk, remember?
and she begins seething.
Interesting.
She also has
A
this.
wild surge.
Oh shoot, that's very true. Okay, go ahead and roll your. I forgot about that. Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll your wild surge. Oh boy.
It's a rage roll. Magic table determine.
Yeah, that is the table right there.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
so
just roll a
If I'm not
1d8.
mistaken, her
It's a
wild
D.
surgers only help her.
Not necessarily. Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
most of hers. Yeah, I don't think any of them
There's-
near her. They're all like bonuses.
Oh yeah. They don't necessarily help, but
A teleport up to 30
that's
feet.
number 2. Number
Oh,
1.
for each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage. You also gain temporary hit points equal to 1d12 plus your barbarian.
11.
Well, if she didn't necessarily choose you, she gets
Oh.
to choose people.
Are you choosing him?
Yeah.
Now, is it people
Look
you
over
can
my
see?
shoulder.
Yes, which she can see.
Oh, I know.
Just turn her head. You're not a
Okay, so your DC
She just turns her
equals
head.
to 8 plus your proficiency, so it's 15.
Yes.
Okay.
So you fail and you take 1d12.
Necrotic damage. Jesus, necrotic. That's gross. Just like sapped the life from him.
Yes. So, 1d12. This one.
Yep, and then you gain temp HP equal to that result.
Believe.
Okay,
3
so you
necrotic.
deal 3 necrotic and you gain 3 temp HP.
And I'm just gonna kind of growl. I'm like, I don't have time for this.
Okay,
and,
Frank?
and kind of just attempt to
Can you
be
hand me a pen?
Okay.
Actually?
like, just brush him off.
Ooh.
Okay, so I think there's only one thing for me to do, really. And I'm going to have to use some monk key points. So I am going to attack her. I'm going to drop my bow.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack the wild animal with my
With your what?
whip.
Oh. Is it disadvantaged because it's still...
No,
Why is it just bad?
it is
Isn't it a 10 feet?
No, it has 10 feet.
Oh, 10 feet reach.
16?
16 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to attack again.
Wait, with what?
My fist, because it has to go whip, fists, key point for the extra one, right?
No, no. So the way, if you're trying to use flurry of
What the heck?
blows, after you
After
have to
you hit.
No, you spend a key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action instead of 1 unarmed strike as a bonus action. So you can't use your bonus action to attack and then key point again. You only have 1 bonus action. Remember?
Correct. But I believe key points are only spent if I have to hit to decide to
No.
spend it, I believe.
No,
Well, then you would be able to. If that was
Yeah.
the case.
no, you do not.
Pretty sure you spend the key point because here's the thing: you can't use your bonus action and
Hold on,
then
I'll
use
miss it now.
another bonus action.
Okay, got you. So after I make the attack action, I can spend 1 to make 2 unarmed attacks
There
as
you
a
go.
bonus.
Or you just make the regular 1.
So I do have to make just a general attack but
Yes.
for it to work.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a weapon attack. It could be an unarmed strike, it could be a bow, it could be anything. Any sort of attack.
You know what? I'm actually just going to spend a key point, and I am going to take patient defense.
Okay, so you can take the disengage and dash action as part of that action. Per our
And
1d8.
I am going to do that.
Okay, so where are you headed?
I am
Up
going...
and down. Up is.
I'm going to, like, leap down the stairs backwards and go towards the stairs. Like the door, basically.
Oh yeah, right. Which is right at the stairs. Okay, so you like backflip the.
And I'm going to look back up at her, and I see her seething and stuff. I go, well, you're not an assassin.
Yes. Oh, okay. So you backflip up the stairs, but as you do that, and
You're
you
far too angry and heavy-handed. for delicate.
yeah, definitely. She was just like, I will pick you up. That's definitely not an assassin. And you will notice, all of you, none of you see anybody with purple eyes. For some of you, that would mean something. You can see the purple eyes.
Do we see Frank Asherock now?
Oh, yes. No, he backflipped off the stairs. You guys all seen him before. Technically, you've seen him go up the stairs.
I thought
I thought
we
he
didn't
just- I
because
thought
he
he
stealthed
stealthed
up.
that.
Well, we
Yeah,
did.
he
didn't
jumped
get
up
a-
the stairs, but once the conversation started,
Oh, okay.
there's no way for him to hide at that point.
Makes
So you guys
sense.
hear
Oh, I
the
thought
sound.
maybe
You
it
just,
was-
Okay.
Oh, we can't hear him.
I mean, it could be
anymore.
whispering.
you just look.
Just leave and rejoin. Work.
And but as you do that, as you flip, you do notice there is you see the shadow of a figure standing in the middle of the doorway on the outside of the.
So they all see me
so-
land,
So right next to me.
and I turn and I pivot.
You're inside the
No, I
Tower.
remember I was hiding behind the door.
So I'm going to
on
land,
the inside.
and I'm going to turn and pivot
Doors open in.
and face the door. Weapon, I suppose, at
Oh,
the
the
ready.
whip?
One hand
Whip
on
in
my
your
whip,
hand?
the other on my pants.
Okay, so you can see the figure because you can see outside the door. The door is like open inward. You can see the figure. It's a individual wearing some. You would guess it is like medium armor,
Okay.
and wearing a red hooded cloak.
Do I recognize his adornment?
Roll a history check.
I actually have good history, so 14.
Okay, yeah. So you immediately recognize this individual as a member of the Arcaneum, a
Excellent.
particular group of individuals known as Venators.
Okay. So I look over and I say, what's the Arcaneum doing here?
Okay, so as you address the figure, he walks into full view of everybody now in the middle of the doorway. And you can see he looks curiously around, like he was not expecting to see one here.
We've already told the Arcaneum we're not like the others, simple assassins for hire. I'm gonna like slowly, warily back away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he doesn't have a weapon drawn or anything. He just walks forward. And he says, I was not expecting to see anyone else here. This was apparently a hideout of some sort.
Not a very good one.
Yeah, I was just saying, definitely not a very good hideout.
Just look around at everybody.
What the hell is wrong with this tower? There's a lioness,
Recoil.
a freaking lizard man, and now a Venator. What the hell is going on here?
I was told that this was.
Oh, and the robot guy.
In a robot guy. There.
I was told that this was supposed to be a tower that no one had access to. Yet here
Alex,
we
shut off.
are.
I'm not part of this conversation.
No, I'm just looking around because there's numerous people here.
As I look at him, I say, 1 second. And I begin making my way back up the stairs. I see her, I just... and make my way down the stairs.
Okay. So at this moment, as he enters the room, you all hear, or rather you feel first, then you hear a rumbling begin to emanate from the bottoms of your feet. And a large crashing sound comes through the side of the tower. So I need everybody to roll a dexterity saving throw. Everybody.
Oh, fuck.
As this,
18.
okay, as an enormous...
Natural.
Is this a scene effect?
No, you do not actually see it coming at you.
So I have advantage.
Yes, you do not see... Oh, that's the one that got moved.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I'm
18.
18.
I'm so alert.
11.
This sounds like how it usually
21.
goes.
Okay. So everybody saved except Milton. Except our humble banker. Okay, so
makes sense
everybody
flavor-wise.
takes 5 damage. Milton, you take 11 damage.
I take
bludgeoning.
half because of
Oh, you
rage?
are raging. So you take half of 5. 2. She just stands there. Bricks go flying, and she just gets pelted. But
Question.
She doesn't even flinch.
What am I getting hit by?
Bricks.
I don't think you have brick resistance.
No, I was just wondering if it would count as a projectile.
I don't think you. What level do you have to play?
No one threw it at
I
me.
have them at 3.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say no one made an
When does
attack
that go
roll.
away?
Okay, 'cause-
Yeah, this
yeah.
was an explosion,
Yeah.
literally coming, and then a
When
large
does that go
burst of energy
I think
followed
10 minutes?
it. It was
Okay.
like a purplish
But,
blue
you know, you
hued
just-
energy
you have-
that crashed through the side of the tower. Half of the stairs got taken out as a result of this. So, at this moment, through the hole in the stairs, 3 of you, 1, 2, and the champion. So Poppy, Asherak, and the previous champion. They see a large group of individuals, about 7 or 8, all hooded and cloaked, with these large, deep, glowing purple eyes, heading in your guys' direction. They're about 200 feet away. They're heading in the direction of the tower. And now you can hear some sort of commotion coming from up above. You couldn't hear it before, but now that there's no sidewall of this tower, you can now hear the echoing. And it sounds like there's some sort of chanting going on by a large group of people. So, what I would like everybody to do is give an initiative roll.
Dice
Everybody.
ready. Fight!
17.
That is.
Is this
18.
for combat?
Yes.
That is a non-natural 20.
14.
Okay. Wait. Actually, sorry. Real quick before you don't roll your initiative yet. There's something that I need to do. Okay. Nick, you got a 14.
14.
Just save
I got a
that
14.
dice roll.
Okay. So who has the higher dex? Sean, what's
Dex
your
or I have 17 decks.
She has 8.
18.
18. Okay. Wow, you have 18 dex too. Okay, so Nikki goes first. In that. Frank, what'd you roll?
17.
And Milton.
18.
All right, so Dylan, what I need you to do real quick, I need you to roll a percentage die at this point when the bricks hit you. So as life, things get a little foggy for a moment. It's almost like, you know, you ever get that ringing in your ear, really loud banging, crashing, much like a gunshot, right? You hear that loud ring in your ear for a brief moment as everything's kind of foggy around you.
I got a 21.
Okay, so at this moment, everything for life goes dark. And it's like he's caught in a compartment alone. And a room of blackness surrounds him. He can tell that he's no longer physically really anywhere. This is some sort of like mental arena? Somewhere. He's somewhere. He doesn't really know. He's not too familiar with it. But as life disappears,
So it doesn't
someone else takes over the body that is currently shared. Someone we haven't seen in a while. So I need Deity to roll his initiative.
So there's 22 or 20. So 22.
22. Fantastic. Okay, so we go Dylan, Milton, Frank, 1, Nikki, Sean, 2, and okay, cool, fantastic. So, Deity, you are up first. There is a chorus of chants coming from above you, probably at the top of the tower. You're not really sure what they're doing. You can't make it out. And there is a contingency of 7 people heading towards you all from the bottom area of this tower.
Mm-hmm.
So, the people at the bottom are about 200 feet away, so they're very far. Wherever this blast came from, it must have had quite the range.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do?
About how far up the tower do I hear the chanting?
So the
Approximately.
tower stairs go about 120 feet.
Okay. Does it sound relatively close?
Half a beer, the perfect amount.
Closer than
I think I'm full.
Frank's life expectancy. Closer than the people outside.
Okay.
But you can't see anybody on the roof. You can see the people outside.
Oh. So I would like to, I guess, use my dash as my bonus action
Okay?
to go up. Obviously, I pass her and the champion on my way up. Do I see anything else in that dash movement?
As you head up, there is a doorway that's closed. It doesn't. It's not the top of the stairs. It's about midway through the tower.
Is it? Can I try to open it? Like it
As you move
opening
up, yeah, you can stop in your movement.
Just to-
it appears to be locked.
okay, then I'm gonna keep finishing that dash.
Okay, so you move up 60, and
And
you
then
could also
dash as-
you could dash
As my action.
So now you're at the top of the stairs. There is a door there.
I would like to do that, and I will stay 15 feet from the door.
Okay, all right. So you move up 105 feet.
And then could I think I'm just going to try to listen
Okay, roll a perception check.
All right. Perception. Natural 1.
Okay, so you can still hear the chanting in the chorus, but you don't understand what it is. You just know it's some
You don't
sort of
even have a mouth and you're drooling.
But as you arrive there, the vibrations, like you feel them throughout your body, much heavier than they were down below.
Mm-hmm.
So the vibrations, it's like shaking, and it's almost causing the bricks and stuff in the tower to vibrate so much so that like dust is falling all around you. And there's like a dense sort of smell towards the top of the tower, like very old dirt. And like I said, the rocks are like slowly chipping off of the
okay.
tower.
Like a
So the tower does
big
not appear
rumbling.
structurally sound any longer.
All right. I think that is it.
Okay, and we will move to Marcus.
All right, so I am going to attempt to cast Healing Spirit.
Okay, bonus action.
No, I'm not. Wild Magic Surge.
You did that poorly, huh? Already.
I got a 12.
I mean, it's a heavy stipulation you put on yourself.
Not
thought
5. Wait, is it?
I tried
was
making it
higher
do like
than
that.
No.
Not 5 seconds into the show.
Do I have this, or is that one baked
Okay,
into the seventh
Let me
level?
pull it up real quick.
Daunting. No, that's
I still
just
have that?
you being
Okay.
a Leonin.
Okay.
It's just
I just have to
this,
find it.
Yeah.
I just have
That's
to
what I put
find it.
seventh. Right.
oh, okay, nice.
For both of those, or just that second part?
No, both of them.
Okay.
They're both baked into the.
All right,
This one's
go
advantage
ahead
when
and
enraged?
give me.
This one is advantage and strength. Saves when enraged.
All right, give me a D100 roll.
The
No.
rage thing?
Yeah, that's just a raise.
81.
Already. Oh wow! So a surge of energy courses through you, and you may take an additional action this turn.
Oh, shit!
So your entire turn is not wasted.
That's so.
He kind of like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Let's try this again.
Okay, so I'm going to.
but you do expend the spell slot.
Yes.
Ooh.
I do have a question because it's not written on here. The actual weapon masteries that I.
Yes, I have those pulled up.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, if you need it,
Yeah, well, I'll ask whenever it's okay.
I am going
the new
to
one
transfer.
so we have some new things we're trying. Should be fun. Everybody got really juicy.
Well,
Like
everybody but one.
you could have been, but he wants to stay in Kansas City. We just haven't got the play test for Kansas City.
Speaking of the new stuff, I'm going to transfer one of my first level spell slots to
Okay.
a wild shape. No action required. Thank you, 1D&D.
Yeah, that's juicy.
No action? Wow. Hmm.
And I'm going to
The door. Someone knocked on the
Oh,
door.
that's a bro.
and I'm going to transform into a brown bear. Or at least attempt to.
Okay. Let's see. Let me look this up real quick. This is all new. So bear with me for a moment. We're gonna take a short break. We'll be back after I look this up really quick. And we're back. So, after some fact finding,
It
we
turns
found
out I
out.
can't do that.
Yeah, he's not quite that level enough.
Yes.
Started in campaign at level 4. He's just getting a jump on level 5.
Hey,
So,
sorry, guy. We just switched over this week, and we haven't fully mastered these
so
new rules.
I feel like we need
Okay.
to quit talking
So we-
directly to our audience. I think it
Believe it or
makes
not-
them uncomfortable.
We're human.
you guys are good.
Oh.
All right. Anyway, so enough silliness. Let's get back to it because currently the tower is being bombarded. So
In that case,
Another interruption.
yes,
in that
you
case,
thought it was going to be easy fighting your sister. So
I mean, you had enough trouble trying to get to this town.
So true. I almost went to 1 health trying to get this information. I went
That
to
was
1
epic.
health trying to get this
that was
information.
epic. Typical.
So,
Thought I'd beat her too. Thought for sure. And then I just rolled the thunder.
anyway, so I'm going to go towards where I hear all the chanting.
Okay, so up the stairs. You're gonna head towards the stairs. Okay, now you've used bonus action.
Right.
Is that not his extra action because of his wild magic surge?
No, he has an extra action, so he could move and dash if you want. He has a regular action too.
So, mechanics question, just so I understand. Would he be allowed to attempt to cast another spell, technically?
Yes. He didn't. Oh no, because he
Because he
cast
used
spell
an
as bonus
action.
So now you
So
can.
now he has one action plus his bonus action.
Yep.
Right, but
No, no, no,
because
you
the
don't have
bonus
to have a
action was on a spell, he can't use his action
Yes,
also.
if you cast a spell as bonus action, the only thing you can do after that is cast a cantrip.
Right.
Okay,
Gotcha.
that doesn't mean you can't cast. So if you have multiple actions, you could fireball and fireball. That's fine. You just cannot do it if you take a bonus action to cast the spell.
But you know what you can do is twin cast fireball.
Ooh.
That's
No.
hilarious.
They actually tweaked twin, but the original twin you would not be able to because
Single
twin
target.
could only target a skill. They're limiting. They changed twin though, so
For exactly
It's like
that
Magic
reason.
the Gathering.
I wonder if we have a sorcerer in the party that just might take twins. So,
So,
Senor Marcus,
Senior.
you have 2 actions technically
yes.
because you get an additional action this turn because of your wild magic surge, which was wasted on the spell.
Yeah.
Benefit and negative.
You're
Benefit
so
and negative.
mean.
Not terrible, right? What are we doing?
Except for the fact that I spent a second level spell slot for that, but hey.
Yes, and your bonus action. So you have 2 actions. What are we doing?
So I'm going to move my 30 feet, and then I'm going to dash.
60 up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mosey on by the feral-looking lion.
You know, this does
She does look kinda
something
scary.
going on.
I
in
kind of
there.
like.
Not gonna lie, she looks kind of scary.
And you just see
I sprinted
a guy in a torn up tux.
Yeah, no, like, but it's still kind of fancy. It's just a little wrinkly, and he's just swole. Give him some credit. He's swole.
She also saw me sprint up after immediately watching me cower.
Oh
in
yeah,
fear.
he was cowering
Just
in fear, and then he
determined
like a flip switch, and then all of a sudden.
I just kind of like
His
looking
eyes
like.
went from like a glossy orange yellow, like normal
He's like
robotic
Groot.
nature, to like a dark,
Garrett?
beady red.
How did you remove your brain?
I don't
Make room for
know.
All right.
So you move your 60, and you still have another action.
So
The stairs are 120 feet up.
When he's like,
okay. So that means I'm gonna have to use it to dash again.
Okay, so you're 90. You're almost to him. You can see him. You can see Deity on the upper part of the stairs. He appears to be like listening intently, unflinching. Now, as you head up the stairs, it gets more and more difficult as you go up. You're still able to navigate it pretty handily right now, but you can tell that the structure of the tower itself, which is like old brown bricks, this tower is very, very old. Like I said
Right.
before, this was probably a defense tower and the original creation of the city. Because it was just one castle originally, and then this giant city spread out from the castle a couple thousand years ago. So, the brown bricks and everything, they're rumbling heavily, and dust and little pebbles are falling. So, the structural integrity of the tower is definitely in question at this point, as you're vibrating as you stand there. Right?
Right. Well,
So,
whatever these guys are doing, we got to stop because
are gonna do something. That blast certainly did not help, as, like I said, structural integrity going downhill, and, well, obviously...
Soon to be us too.
Potentially, Poppy's right on the right path there, maybe. So, we're gonna go to Asherak then, because that is your turn.
All right.
You are at the bottom of the stairs, staying in the doorway, a couple feet, probably 10 feet back away from the Venator you just encountered as this blast blew through the side.
And you said there's people like 500 feet away?
No, they're 200 feet away on the outside, but you hear this loud, chorused chanting, "Wah, ya, nah," coming from up above you.
Okay, I look up.
You can't see anything. There's a tower. But like I said,
It's
there's a gaping hole in, and they're so loud that it's echoing in this region. Okay? So that's why you can hear it. They're up above you. You can tell the sound is coming
I'm going to
from
go
above
up then, I guess.
you. Okay, so you're going to head up the stairs. Okay. How do you plan to do that? Just trouncing up there? You're going to dash up there?
I can spend a key point to dash as a bonus.
Yes.
action.
And it's dash and disengage in one now. So step to win is now two things in one.
That's dope.
Really cool.
It's good, but it's not as good, because before you could take the dodge action as well.
I believe you still have that. It's called something different, though.
Okay.
It's just not combined in the same one.
Yes. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I doubt they would get... I mean, maybe.
So I'm going to do that, which allows me to move 80 feet.
Oh my gosh, because your movement's 40, because you're a monk. Okay.
And then I spend a key point. No.
So, are you doing that as
Pot
an
of
action,
greed.
or are you spending a key point as a bonus action?
I'm
It
spending a
allows
key
me to
point as
draw
a
3
bonus.
more cards.
Okay, so you are spending a bonus action. Okay, so make sure that's... is that two
Not
two
what it
key points
does.
now?
Yes.
Okay, 2 key points.
That puts me
That's what
at
it do.
1. So I had 4. We never discussed a short or long rest on the way over here. So
What do you
because I regain on short rests.
You have all... Remember, we didn't tweak your guide to be the new...
Yeah, that's always been the case.
Yeah, I know. However, your dice worked before. They worked the same. No, none of that's changed.
He's just
What
asking if you
what I was
took a
saying is
short rest.
we didn't take a rest. I haven't had a single
Oh,
rest
no.
since the
No,
campaign
you guys
started.
haven't.
I
Yes.
have.
You guys have not. She's the only one that did.
I haven't needed one.
Sean did too, because he started that nap in the tower before you guys ruined it.
Probably woke me up.
He had such a good shoulder that he even took his normal clothes off.
So what do
that
I
he
see?
could be relaxed, and you've ruined it.
Ew. I hope
an elf.
since then he
What
has
do I
put his
see?
clothes back on.
I also only need 4 hours, and
Because
I'm not an elf.
I may need to use my leap,
You can do whatever you want, whatever
which
ability
right
you might
now
have.
would also be 80 feet. But no, I need to know. I'm just run up the stairs. 80 feet. Just
Huzzah!
no. I need to see what I see throughout.
So
this
you
movement.
moved 80 feet, so you're like right behind Marcus here, about 10 feet behind him. You kind of ran up together, but you paused, and you're kind of like getting a lay of the land. So below you is this gaping hole. You can now see the 200 feet away, 7 individuals all cloaked, but you can see those glowing, piercing purple eyes. You also see something a little different. Now that you're at a higher elevation and you're looking outside this gaping hole, you see an individual that is he's wearing a like they're like black robes, but he's not cloaked. It's not there's no hood. He appears to be a bald man. And he's standing there. He's kind of like watching the incident, but your eyes meet for a brief moment. He too is about 200 feet away, but he's off in the side.
That's perfect because I'm going to shoot him.
You're gonna shoot this individual who's 200 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh, Okay, you have something that can shoot 200 feet?
I have a longbow, which is 150, 600.
Okay, so that means you can shoot. You have disadvantage to hit.
Yes, I do.
Okay, roll the hit.
But I like these odds.
So this individual who's not purple-eyed, you're shooting.
Yes, because
Okay, I
I'm
just wanna
already
make sure.
under the impression that these people are mind controlled.
You have encountered mind-controlled individuals. Both of you have.
So natural 20,
Or disadvantage.
14.
Okay, that is a miss.
Damn.
So you shoot the arrow, and you see he stands there, and unflinchingly, he doesn't move as the arrow flies past his shoulder. Okay?
It's the guy behind.
There's just another.
Falls, rolls down all the stairs, you know?
No. He's way off.
like in the
He's-
fields.
He's towards. He's in the field, basically staring at you guys through the weeds. Only you noticed him because of your elevation. You wouldn't have been able to see him if you were any lower because of the reeds. They're just too high. But he's standing there through the brown reeds. You can see them kind of blowing. His head is just ever poking through them. And he stands there very stoic. You can see a slight smirk roll across his face as the arrow kind of flies back behind him and into the stable. By the way, when you look kind of past him and by him, you see that the stables are empty. They're not, you didn't come that way, but stables are empty. There's nothing in them. Is that your turn?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
Because I think after I use my action, I don't think I can long jump after.
Did you know because your bonus action? Already?
Yeah.
Trying to get in.
Sorry, I was trying to min-max my movement.
Sounds okay.
Get another 80 feet, I yeet myself at him.
Can do.
Just so kidding. Pretty sure eventually I just don't take fall damage anymore either.
Yes. So, next, we have the outside group. So all 7 of them, they approach rapidly, almost robotic in nature. They move the exact same way at the exact same time. From their outstretched hands, you see 3 of them manage to fire off these small motes of fire at you 3, who you can see through the gap hole. So, real quick, let's see if any of them hit. Okay.
Us 3 at the top, because I'm still
the 3 of you at the top area. Of the stairs.
35 feet in front of them.
Yes, but so they've moved up.
Okay.
They've like ran up, and now they're
They're
shooting
directly
you
like.
with a spell that has a pretty long range.
Alright.
So Frank does an 18 hit.
No, it does not.
Okay, so that was the only one that was close. The other ones were pretty far off. So 3 motes of fire smack into the bricks behind you guys. Some of the bricks, like you can see the scorch marks. The other individuals appear to have like bows, but they don't appear to be within range. They appear to be like short bows.
Haha.
And but they're moving at you guys, like I said, very robotically, very much the same exact movements at the same exact time.
And they're all sprinting, like.
And they're all
They're all Naruto running.
yeah.
Or are they doing? Are they doing?
It's like Terminator.
Exactly.
I was thinking of
exactly like
iRobot,
That's
actually.
what I was going
Nikki?
for. Yes.
The thing of iRobot, how they all.
We have a workforce here that's racist.
Oh my god.
No, they run
No
like
one considered of me.
we've
Yeah.
A character who's half robot.
we've actually decided they run like
Full
the
robot.
Titans from Attack
Cyborg.
on Titan.
They're
Yeah, I'm
cyborg.
gonna say I can say those words. I'm half. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're treading some waters we definitely shouldn't be at this.
Robots? Come on.
Come on.
Yeah,
I think people would question the caucasity of it making inferences that could be considered parallels.
So,
It's a Terminator.
all right. Let's see next. Okay. Okay. Oh, Poppy Painbow. She's still raging, by the way. We're not taking that off your initiative order here. So, Poppy Painbow, you are next in the initiative order. You can see the
I'm at the bottom.
individual next to you, the guy. He's kind of like looking around rapidly. He looks a little frantic. As the tower is literally vibrating. This giant hole now. He got hit with some bricks, so his face is a little messed up. I mean, you guys got a rest and everything, but you can tell he definitely appears to be out of his element. So he's a little scared. What would you like to do on your turn?
There's people approaching the tower. I don't see them. But I obviously
They're
thought
150 feet away.
150 feet away.
They move very
I-
rapidly.
I'm not going to run up the tower because that seems foolish with it being shaky. So I'm going to grab them if I can do that. And I'm going to be like, let's go to the front. And I'm going to try and like
So there's a couple ways you can do this.
be
You
in
can
the...
jump through the hole and potentially take fall damage,
Or you could end
Or
up
you
in
could
a
go
Winnie
all the way
the
down
Pooh
the stairs.
situation.
and go through the door.
And we definitely don't want a Winnie the Pooh situation.
Winnie the Pooh.
You know, like he goes to go through, but he gets stuck.
No, the hole is
Cable.
the hole is
Because I'm
They like
seeing
launch
arrows.
trebuchet.
I'm
it
seeing.
was
So don't look
like
at the guy next to
a
me.
strange, I would say.
Does he have his own
Fireball.
initiative? The guy
Who?
next to me?
Yeah, he follows
Okay.
you in the initiative.
Okay.
He goes immediately out.
So I'm kind of looked at him and I'm just like, shall we? I'm going to leap out the hole.
Love it. Okay, so you do take fall damage because you are 40 feet off the ground. All
Okay.
right, from this point in the tower. So 40 feet off the ground. Now you do have resistance to bludgeoning damage. So
Yeah.
I mean, you take half damage.
Did you?
You take 9
You just get
bludgeoning
hit by the
damage. That's half.
trebuchet ball.
So I rolled an 18.
Goes to
You
leap
take
out the
9
hole.
bludgeoning damage.
9 bludgeoning.
So you superhero land, but the tendons in your knees, they're a little rough. You're not gonna lie, it's a little rough on the knees there. But you totally superhero land. There's a little indentation from where you landed.
It's like
Right
Miss
on the
Trenchbull
ground.
from Matilda.
With the great katana
Just hold up
in your hand.
Just hold up a 10.
And as soon as you do that, you kind of do that heroic, like, glance upwards, right? That look of determination and anger. And you can see their eyes, like, meet yours, but it's like hollowness. That's all you can feel, like emptiness within that look. Their glare, their facial expression, because now that you're on the ground, you can see they're shrouded. They have hoods, but it's not like it's dark out. Remember, it was still fairly early in the morning, so you can see their faces, and they appear to be a mix of races: elves, half-elves, humans. There appears to be some sort of like grayish individual. He's very, very tall, but they're just expressionless. There's nothing, no emotion on the face whatsoever. So that was just your movement. Now that you've jumped out of the tower, you are within 120 feet of them, okay? Because the angle of the tower is gone. You're on ground level. And like I said, he'll act right after you. Now, whether or not he jumps out of the tower
Probably
like
won't.
you,
It's
He
fine.
dragged him out. Just like
he
power
just
bomb.
takes 40 feet of fall damage. No big deal. He lands and he just, oh.
I'll be like, I'll catch you.
You could ready your action. You could use your you could ready an action to catch him if you want him to jump.
Okay, and then can I still use a bonus action to stay in reach?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, you don't even have to. You took damage. I'm
That's
gonna
true.
stay in rage because you just like effed up your knee real bad.
You're like,
like totally sitting up. Yeah, totally. Real bad.
Hammer
Real
guy,
bad. Not good for the tendons, guys. Not good. Superhero landings. Not good.
yeah.
Alright, so
That's why
ready
you fucking
action, I'm
roll,
gonna
kids.
shout up to him, I'm like, I'll catch you.
Okay, roll a persuasion at advantage because he does have a great amount of trust in you, but you
Yeah.
still gotta convince him to jump 40 feet into your arms.
That's
Yeah,
a natural.
excellent.
Oh, okay. So you
Does
see,
he
like,
want to though?
okay, so
He does that.
I want to give you an inspiration. You're the first one so far. I haven't done it up until this point, but now that we're at some pretty tumultuous turns of events, potentially, we'll see how it goes. I want to give you an inspiration. So what you can do is you can apply the inspiration to anything. All right, you can give it to somebody. You can also, if someone against you, let's say I'm an NPC and I roll like a nat 20 against you, you can de-inspire me. All right, so you can give someone disadvantage, you can give yourself advantage,
Oh.
or you can help out one of your party members. If you help out a party member, you have to use your reaction if it's in the moment. If it's beforehand, like you have set up, then you can do it freely. All right.
Okay.
So, and it's just a d20 check. All right. And you can, like I said, you can do it on anything: attack roll, skill check, saving throw. Okay. All right.
Woohoo!
So no, that was good. That was good. You're like, I got you, babe. And he's like,
My hair, my mohawk is just kind of
it's like furled up though.
I'm looking
But
very
it's blowing in the
strong and
breeze
confident.
ever. Like it's super cool. Super cool.
He doesn't see
The
that my
superhero
ankle's
landing, the
busted.
smashing of the ground. You got the great katana in one hand, the fist in the ground on the other. I got you. Jumping through my arms.
She's just like,
So, Steel, how
One
far is
hand.
the ground from where I'm at?
Oh, where you are now?
Because I do have slow fall.
90
120.
feet. So you're 130 feet off.
How much fall damage would that be?
12d6.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't think your fault. Your slow fall is enough, buddy.
Doing the math. No,
Rolling a new character, session number 4.
no, because I think it
He
just.
just jumps, dies, and everybody's like, I'm not gonna heal him. I don't know.
She's like, I said I'll catch the other guy.
The other guy, not you. I don't know you.
You trying to stab me?
My life.
Okay. Next is Sean. We are going to head towards our enigmatic bard. So,
Mark.
I would like to know, is the Venator still down there?
yes, he's standing there. He basically is. He's like kind of turned towards the outside of the door, looking at the group of individuals approaching you.
Hey, first, I say, move out of the way, all heroically in my PJ, or my pajamas, my skivvies. I'd like roll up my sleeves, and I cast Minor Illusion over the doorway to make it look like stones fell down and is blocking the doorway.
Okay.
I like that.
I'm going to roll something, but I'm not going to tell you.
Well, they have to roll an investigation check against my DC to find out that it's an illusion. At
Okay.
least for the rules,
Okay.
but whatever you want
Yes.
to.
No.
And then I'm going to turn to the Venator, and then I'm going to look at the stairs up. And then there's a downstairs, right?
There is a
You
downstairs.
did too.
What's a downstairs? They're going to look up. And then I'm going to look at the Venator and say, going upstairs, aren't you?
So he turns towards you stoically. No, I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to kill them.
Have it your way.
I'm going downstairs. I don't fucking care. I'm going downstairs. Everyone else is crazy.
So
That place
you
is
grab your
collapsing.
bag and your armor and stuff, and you're like putting on the boots as you hobble down the stairs.
What is it, 10 minutes?
No, it's light armor. It's like 60 seconds. He's good.
I don't know what it is. It's leather.
I don't know. It's funny. That's all I care about. So you hobble downstairs. You're like putting on your armor. So you arrive at the bottom of the staircase, and there's a door there. This door is made of pure metal of some sort. You just don't know what kind.
Ooh.
Metal.
But you're there, and you're like slowly getting dressed, donning your armor pieces.
Comes for poo.
I mean, I'm just, you never know. I'm just going to try. Is there a door handle? I'm going to try the
Yes,
door.
no, there's a door handle. It appears to be locked.
I give it a nice
Appears
kick.
to be. The
That's
door
all
could
I
be
can
very-
do.
You give it a kick, and you kind of like hurt your toe a little bit.
You and me, that door looks
And it just kind of like, it doesn't ping, it
What
thuds.
time is it?
So it's like,
Time for you to shut the
You take
hell up.
0.5 damage.
toenail might be black and blue tomorrow, no big deal.
Ew.
That's my turn.
Oh,
I
the
think
nail's
we can
gonna fall
all
off.
action, right?
Yeah, no, you're good. You just basically use movement to get downstairs.
Why?
It's a very short staircase.
As well.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so that's your action and movement. You do have a bonus action.
Yeah, but I can't use my lockpick tools for bonus action. Right?
No.
Yeah.
That way
I'm
you would
done.
have to be a deep rogue to do that. They fast hands.
If only there was
They're
something.
pretty cool. Okay, so next is the group of individuals at the top of the stairs. So the door swings open, and you're kind of 15 feet right there, so you immediately see there's two individuals both, once again, with glowing purple eyes. These guys, however, you notice these like purple, it looks like striations or veins.
Okay.
That are almost like protruding now from their faces, very rigid. But those are also like purple. It almost looks like face paint from afar, but you can tell it's like, you know, someone getting really pissed off, and you can see the vein popping out in their neck. These ones are purple, however, as well as their eyes. But off towards the edge of the tower, you see a small, it looks like a doorway, but there's some sort of like vortex in the center. You don't recognize it. It doesn't seem familiar to you. But you see one person walk through it. The doorway remains open, but you can tell they've transported somewhere. You just don't immediately know where from where you're currently located. The two individuals at the top of the stairs now, they look down at you, and they like kind of like, you can see they chant something very shallow under their breath at the same exact time. They appear to be very robotic in their tone. Right? You can hear how they're chanting. And they curl their fists upward at you. I need you to roll 2. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I get to roll attack rolls. I apologize.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so these creepy, ghostly, skeletal hands come directly at you. Oh, I got a 23 and a 21.
I would like to use my reaction to uncanny dodge.
You are not level 5. You can't do that.
Oh, I am not allowed to do that.
I know Rogue very well. So, you take...
Can I use my lucky then?
You can apply... Yeah, you can apply a lucky die. You want one of them to re-roll?
I would like to use both.
You want to use both? Okay, they both re-roll.
Can you do that?
I don't know. It doesn't say there's a reaction to it. It just says...
Immediate...
I think you're going to do...
When a creature rolls a d20 for an attack roll against you. So there's 2 creatures, 2 rolls?
So does it say you have to use a reaction to it? Or anything?
Not what's written on here.
Then, per 1D&D... Alright. Poop! Okay, so an 18?
That
and
hits.
That one.
Oh! Then I will use my reaction to fucking obliterate this guy.
Well, remember, he's not within melee range. But the guy that rolled a nat 1, you see for a moment his eyes, they change from being purple to a normal hue. Oh. And you see he kind of like his face drops immediately. You see like a look of like fear and uncertainty just stretch on it. As now there appears to be expression. The purple hues in his face begin to almost like bulge, like pulse. But his eyes go normal, glossy, regular sort of person. As he collapses to the floor in what seems to be just absolutely excruciating. Okay. So he's wailing on the floor. He's just screaming his lungs out, and you can tell something is afflicting him. You're just not sure what. But something has obviously taken over and caused him to just be in absolutely excruciating pain. But the individual next to him gives like a robotic stare downward, and you can almost feel like a seething anger exude from it. As there's just the one that's staring at you, and he missed.
Oh, the other one?
The other one, he's on the ground, and he's just like screaming bloody murder.
So they both missed?
Yeah, they both missed. Because you said the 18 missed?
No, 18 hit.
Oh, 18 hit.
18
oh,
hit.
I thought you said the 18 hit.
No. I have 17 for...
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so the 18, so the guy that is standing there still, he hits you, and he still has his fist clenched outward. You take 2 necrotic damage.
Oh, okay, sick.
That's terrible. And you are not allowed to regain any hit points until the start of your next turn. there's just this like clinging hand on you. Ghostly skeleton thing. Okay. Okay. All right. So Sean left. So next to you, Poppy, the Venator pops up, and he sees that you're out there ready to go toe to toe with these 7 guys, and you're kind of like holding your arms outstretched, waiting for your buddy basically to jump into. That's gonna be hilarious. So he's jumping at you now. Okay. So I need you to roll a strength check. Now you're raging, so you have advantage on your strength check. You can use athletics if you'd like. That's fine. As you have to try to catch him, and you're going to try to do it so that he doesn't take any damage.
Just out of curiosity, how many squares do you fall in one turn?
So,
Technically, I think it's like 500 or 600 feet.
12 total?
12
Okay.
total.
One turn.
So you managed to
Wait, can't I turn my... Or is that at a different...
that's at 9th
later level.
Lovely.
Later level.
9th level.
But you do stifle some of the damage. Oh, wow. Okay, I rolled really poorly. So he only takes 1 bludgeoning damage. So you caught him and kind of like took most of the blow, but he still kind of like fell on the ground for a brief second. And he's standing next to you. So it's you 3 standing against 7 individuals heading directly towards you.
Yeah, I like
All right.
these odds.
I like these odds. I think you guys will get along just fine then. All right, so we're going to head back to Deity. Deity, there is one individual who's literally... I would describe him as incapacitated if I had to give him information. He's screaming his lungs out, and
I
he
do
appears to be
necrotic
just...
damage a Warforge.
Oh, okay.
Which seems like something that would have resistances to.
Oh, necrosis? Well, he still has fleshy stuff.
Oh, okay.
He's not entirely
And-
just metal.
And
There's some fleshiness to it.
And necrotic doesn't necessarily mean...
Corrosiveness too, almost.
Yeah, corrosiveness. It's
Oh,
like
like
it's just like decay in general.
Okay.
So like rust spots could pop up.
Is this considered the first
Yeah.
round of combat?
That was
No, that was last round.
Okay,
Because you went top of the order.
got you. All right, well,
And he's still 15 feet away.
yeah. Let's see. Initiative. Well, I'm gonna move closer,
Right up to him?
right up to him.
Okay. So you're within melee range of him.
I'm going to attack him with my short sword.
Okay.
That is a 25.
That is a hit.
I don't have advantage, so I don't have the additional, but I do have the weapon mastery.
Yes, so with short sword, you can. Where'd it go?
So he took 8 off of that piercing.
Okay, short sword 8 with the weapon mastery for short sword Dex. If you hit a creature with this weapon and deal damage to it, which you did, okay, you have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature before the end of your next turn. Now, in your other hand, you have a
Dagger.
Which the dagger has the nick property.
You have to pick your weapon.
He did. Dagger and short sword.
Oh, you get to pick 2 weapons?
Yeah,
He
2.
gets 2.
That's cool.
Certain classes get different amounts. Fighter is just in general. So they're the best.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a feat for some reason.
There is a feat for it.
Yeah.
You can take a feat, or every martial class has it.
That's rad.
Every single one gets it for free, including the new
That's
monk.
super good.
The new monk
Yeah.
does get it for free too.
Woohoo!
So, Nick is, if you're wielding a weapon with light property, dagger. When you make the extra attack of a light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of the bonus action. So, if you have dagger in your other hand, you can do both in one attack. So, go ahead and roll. You have an advantage on this attack because it is the next attack before your next turn. So, roll ahead.
That is a 15.
Oh, that one is a miss. So you narrowly miss, and you cut a big chunk hole in his fabric of this, like I said, this dark ashen cloak.
Can I use my bonus action to stab with my dagger?
Oh no! So this is
Okay.
in lieu of making
In
the
lieu.
attack as a bonus action.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
it's when you make the extra attack of the light property, meaning you're dual wielding, right? You'd have to have
Yeah.
another weapon here. Instead of using your bonus action to attack, you can do that. And it says you can only make this extra attack once per turn. So,
that
but
particular extra attack, though, but that would mean he still has his bonus action.
he still has bonus action
Yeah.
as a rogue.
Couldn't he just attack again?
No, because you can only make this
It's
extra attack
saying
once per turn.
instead.
That I think it's referring to the extra attack itself.
When
Like, you
making
can-
the extra attack of the light property. The extra attack.
Okay,
which is
yeah, I
referring
think
to
it's
normally you can only do that as your bonus action.
yeah. No, I just
But this incorporates
I think it just meant that it doesn't stack. Like you can't continually when
no,
hitting with
because
that
it's
weapon.
still the attack action. Instead, it says right here, instead of as a bonus
Gotcha.
action. So it's in lieu of using as. So this is why it's really good for the rogue. They literally built it for it. Because otherwise, when are you ever going to use cunning action
Is there any
or steady aim?
is there any distance between the one on the floor and the one that's
Yes, they're
standing?
about 10 feet away.
All right, can I move? Since I used only 15 feet to get up to him, can I move through this guy's square to get in between those two? So
Yeah, you could bonus action.
I don't even need to.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
you're not leaving his range.
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, you
All
can
right,
move.
so I'm
You
gonna
can-
do that. So
yeah, so that's just five more feet.
yeah,
So you've moved 20 feet. You still have whatever
Perfect.
extra movement you have.
I'll just stay there.
Okay, so you're in between both.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
That way, if he decides, oh, he's like run off or whatever, Sentinel can activate if he starts attacking someone
That's
else.
quite true. I like that. Okay, very true. Marcus, where are we going?
Okay, so I'm gonna try and catch.
So many more moving parts on everybody's screen.
Yeah.
This is so hard to keep up with. Everybody gets so much more versatility. It's disgusting.
I'm gonna attempt to cast Healing Spirit.
Here we go again, everybody.
Go.
34 or so. I cast Healing Spirit on myself.
Okay, healing spirit on yourself.
Oh.
On
And-
you. Okay, and remember it's concentration. So you regain a d6. Roll.
Okay, that's 6.
Oh, roll a 6. Very nice. Yes.
Good thing aim too. I was below 20 health.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. This is gonna get crazy.
I hope.
And for my
You're the only one
action,
making progress toward the top of the tower. So
Yeah.
you might be the only witness.
I'm up there too.
I know, but I don't know if you're going out. You just talked about jumping out of the hole.
Yeah, and then I realized.
130 feet up.
Yeah,
I don't want this
then
guy.
I realized it might be a little too far.
Oh, what is fucking doing? All right.
so
you bonus action?
yes, and because he's right next to both of them, I can't use my ice now.
He is right next to both of them. One is on the ground and just wailing, bloody murder. It's super loud. It's so loud that you can no longer hear the chanting of whoever else is up there. It's that loud. He is
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if I were to use my ice knife, it would
y'all
explode
already
and hit
have
him.
to. Yeah, you would hit all.
You also
Well, you
don't
would only
know
hit
me
him and the back.
as your character.
Right. But I know enough to know that you're help. That you're helping.
No, I was
true.
gonna say, common enemy does appear
Yeah.
to be rather obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's obvious by now.
I mean, after I tried to stab
Especially
them.
you two. You two have seen these individuals with purple eyes before.
Right.
Sean has two. They were giving chase to him. So
Actually,
I mean,
just
and
me.
they're-
I know. I was just like, I don't like your vibe.
I don't like your vibe. Stop.
And like,
and
Bad vibes.
Instead, I'm going to attempt to cast Firebolt.
Okay, as an action, firebolt the guy that he's fighting.
Yes.
Okay, roll bit.
Let's see. That's a 20
Oh,
on the
okay.
percentile die.
Oh, you have to roll it for cantrips too.
Spells and spell-like abilities.
Jeez. All right.
Okay, so that is A dirty 20.
That's a hit.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
That is 5 fire.
Okay, 5 fire. So you blast him. He recoils a little bit, but he appears to be unfazed emotion. You don't see any wincing. You don't see any pain in his expression. He's just kind of staring at you both with an expressionless face. Just those glowing purple eyes, and the purple striations in his face appear to be growing in size. All right, is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, we are going to Asherak. So you see the same thing. He shoots a mote of fire at the guy, and he's just kind of like, he just takes it, and he's just staring there at you three. He's just trading glances, like almost like analyzing the situation.
Yeah, the fucking lizard brain.
Purple eye,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, you fought.
No, I'm
gonna
gonna shoot at the bald guy again.
Okay, so out in the field, you're gonna try to shoot the ball.
I am, but I'm gonna use my
So they're
my
not
bonus
minded?
action
Okay.
Fuck.
to basically add a D4.
Oh, to the attack roll.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Roll the hit, add the D4. Remember, it's at disadvantage
It's
because
to the
he's-
damage, I believe. Hold on, but I
Oh,
have
it's the
to. I
damage.
have to say that I'm using it.
Got it, because it's a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If
So it does
if I hit
damage.
with it, it does an
Interesting.
extra D4 damage.
Still have to roll disadvantage.
So I missed for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed for sure. So I rolled an 11,
Yeah. Okay. So once
and
again,
I'm gonna
if-
keep going up the stairs, 40 feet.
Okay. So as you move up 40 feet, you pass him. You pass Marcus, and you can no longer see the person in the fields as you head up towards.
That's fine.
Basically, the hole is just at the middle part of the stairs, and now you're up there, up towards the top. So you're about 10 feet away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't know if you have any bonus action stuff.
No, I used
No,
my
you
bonus
used
action.
it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I used my bonus action to whiff.
Okay, so is that your turn?
Unfortunately.
Okay, so the ground guys, they once again they move up that 50 feet. They're very fast, and they stop
It's mine.
now only 90 feet away, or 100 feet away, and the front three have bows, and they shoot one arrow at each of us. So there are 3 of us there. Okay, they missed with all 3 arrows. Even him.
They all aimed at the exact thing.
Okay, so they all 3 missed with the arrows. The other guys, one of them, the very, very large guy, he runs a little bit closer. This time he's using, he begins to like, it's less of a run, more of like a jog. He's the large one. And it's almost like he's leaping through the air, but he's not really. He just has very, very
Giant.
long
Moon jump.
strides. But as he's running, from beneath the cloak drops this massive glaive. He's still 50 feet away, though. So he can't do anything. The 3 in the
Jump
very
glaive.
back, they are going to shoot a mote of fire at all 3 of us. So, that is a
What
nat
of fire?
20, a 24, and an 18. So, oh my gosh. So, he nat 20s on my character. We have a 24 on yours and an 18 on the other guy. So, let's see damage wise. So that's a d10 automatically. 10 and a roll. 17. Ooh. And then we have. Okay, so your friend, your buddy that you caught, he takes like a firebolt to like the back of his shoulder.
Oof.
And he seems okay, but that definitely took its toll on him. You take 9 fire damage, unless you have mitigation for fire. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so you take 9 fire. He takes 4 I take 17. So the ground forces are definitely like closing in. Now they're maybe like a semicircle as they approach, except for the one guy who's charging head first at us. Next is Poppy Painbow. You're up. The closest guy is 50 feet.
50 feet.
The others are 100 feet away in half circles.
Okay. So I have a speed of 35.
Okay. So you could move and chuck a hand axe.
Yeah, I was thinking that's probably what I was gonna do.
At least then you would be toe to toe with them at the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we move up 35 feet, and then we chuck the hand axe. So roll it. You can use your strength or dex, your choice. Probably strength.
Strength.
I think you can also use the hand axe feature. Yeah, if you hit, you can use the Vex feature.
Nice.
And it's a strength-based weapon, so you can apply your rage damage bonus.
6 or 8?
That's a 6.
6.
Oh.
Plus 7?
13.
13? Okay, 13 is a miss. So you see it's running at him and he swipes it away. So make sure you mark off that you've lost one of your hand axes
Lost
so
the
far.
hand
I'll let you go pick it up. He swipes it away with the glaive. But once again, emotionless. As he comes closer, you do notice he has like scars and runic style tattoos all over his face.
Am I allowed to, can I, let me say, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
You can roll an investigation to try to, I don't know,
Please hold on, let me see this real quick.
analyze.
Does
what
he have
this
glowing
guy is.
purple eyes too?
Yes, the big giant guy.
Alright, I'm gonna try and roll perception and be like,
It's the
but
cult
now that
you
he's
were
closer,
afraid of.
I'm like, what's wrong with them? Like, 17?
So you do recognize the runic tattoos on his face. It's a very it's a small family clan that you're familiar with. These guys are like working class kind of a clan. In particular, it's a clan of Goliaths. And they're known for making weapons and armor, as well as building homes, things like that. So they're a working class, blue collar kind of clan. They don't really get involved in many political situations. They're also very uninvolved in clan affairs. They're just kind of trying to make their way in the world. So
Honest, hardworking folk.
exactly, very.
What are they doing
exactly.
here?
Exactly, and exactly, what is he doing here? But you know that when they do choose to fight, they're particularly good at it. They're just very normally passive. They're just there to work, make their way in the world.
Right.
So it's odd to see this guy charging at you, whipping around a weapon. It's very strange to you. But like I said, those glowing dark purple eyes, emotionless face.
Interesting.
And we're gonna move
What
to.
an interesting hypothesis.
So we're gonna move to Tirith. Mr. Maple Daisy.
Ray. Ray
Yeah.
Maple Daisy.
I was trying to be proper. I addressed you
I
by
haven't
your
told
last
anybody
name.
the name yet. Okay, anyways. I'm gonna give the metal door one last slap and go back upstairs.
Okay, with frustration.
Yeah. Can I see outside?
Yes, so you see this very large individual is charging headfirst into the three of these guys. There's some spells are being traded back and forth. A hand axe went flying and the guy just deflected it. The tower is rumbling. You can hear like a high-pitched wailing coming from the top of the stairs. Someone in excruciating pain.
Okay, how far away is the giant where
From you, he's about 70 feet. It's about 70 feet.
not the big dude,
Oh,
Niki's character. Behind him.
she's 50 feet. No,
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, 20 feet. 20
Oh,
feet.
only
Didn't
20
you just
feet?
move?
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna shout out to her. Come on, you giant furball! Claw their eyes out! I'm gonna give her bardic inspiration.
Bardic inspiration.
Whoa.
Bardic inspiration. So that means basically any check you can apply. What is it? A D6.
D6, I think.
The D6, yeah.
So you can apply a D6 within the next what is it? Hour or 10 minutes now? I think it's an hour.
I think it's
Do
an hour to be
anything?
10 minutes.
They increased it. So whenever you want, you can apply a D6 to a roll.
Damn,
So you
you're
have
full
regular,
of
you have heroic inspiration, and you have bardic inspiration.
Damn,
And you got
girl,
both.
you're an inspiration to us all.
Well, maybe we're actually going to get some savagery.
Okay,
I
so
am
how
a
far
savage
away is the
attack.
big guy?
He's 70 feet.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a wild shot. I'm gonna pull out my pistol and like take a
Ooh!
pop shot at him.
Is that out of your range?
Yeah, it's out of my range. So it's
Okay, so roll a disadvantage. Roll a disadvantage.
It's high noon.
Um,
Get it?
14.
That is a miss. So you shoot him, and you hear like a loud cling as it apparently hits some sort of armor beneath his cloak. Doesn't penetrate.
It's like shaking.
Everybody else hears a loud, which is kind of strange.
Yeah.
It's not a very common thing to hear. Normally, you hear those sorts of weapons on the high seas. Okay. So what we're going to do? Sorry, Asherak, it's your turn. I apologize. No. I'm sorry. No. I was right. We're good. We're good. So, as we pick up the stair group, we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back as the tower begins to now sway ever so slightly.
Swish.
I'm still in it. Damn it.
Yes,
I am out of it.
quite a bit of you. Still.
Hooray!
So we'll see what happens when we come back. Picking it up with the top group. Now, the tower is swaying back and forth as like the vibration is now becoming like extremely consistent. So it was that kind of like a pulsing. Now it's just a deep hum all the way through the tower, and bricks begin to fall down on you guys as you're still trying to get up the stairs. Some of you. And then the dirt and debris, it's almost like a fog is now coming down the stairs towards the tower. So Poppy, you see the tower is swaying now back and forth, and the 6 individuals in the back, they almost like stop.
From the
They
passenger
were
side of the
jaunting
spectrum,
forward,
right?
running as fast as they could, and they just stop and they stand there. The guy with the glaive is still heading directly at us, but the other ones, they're just like staring, watching in this half semicircle. Okay, and all of them, they hold up their hands slowly in a sort of like a triangular formation. Okay, and from their outstretched fingertips, faint strands of white light begin protruding and heading towards the top of the tower. Okay, now the guys at the top of the tower, the one is still screaming, excruciating.
Shut up already. It's been 12 seconds.
Okay,
Don't cry.
so you see,
Don't
he's
cry.
still yelling excruciatingly for a couple of brief seconds, and then he stops, and there's no movement coming from him anymore. You're not really sure what's happened, but he stops screaming,
Fucking died.
and he stops moving now. He's no longer clenching at his head. And in just as the second as he stops, another half second goes by, and he stands up straight erect, and his eyes are now once again glowing purple. And you, being in between both of them, can see this happen. He just like literally, it's not like he's like forcing himself up or he's like bracing himself as he stands up.
Do I see
like
this
the-
as well?
He just stands straight fuck
Do
up.
I see this as well?
Yeah, you two
Yeah.
do see it. He's just right next to him. And so you guys all see his eyes are now once again purple. and his face has these like purple veins, purple-like veins.
We're gonna see if purpular's a word.
Purpular. Let's Google that. Hey Siri, is
Purple-like.
purpular a word? If not,
Is purpular
I'd
a
like
word?
To TM that bitch. So
Hey, you know, Shakespeare made like half the words that we used to.
I mean, I've
So why
heard some
not?
people refer to popular people as purpular.
Purpular. Is that like?
purpular, papular.
Is that
Yeah,
like the green sort of people? Like the
So
420
you
sort of
two,
people?
I need
Like,
both of you.
they're real purpular.
All right, real quick, guys. I need both of you to roll dexterity saves as a large wave of fire hits down the stairs towards you. Dexterity saves.
Oh,
16.
that's a 6.
Okay, you save. You take half damage.
Cool.
No, sorry, Marcus, you failed.
Would I be able to activate my Sentinel, since it is technically them hitting someone else with an attack?
Is it an attack? Does it say attack?
It just says with an attack.
Let's see.
So many things.
Well, they could have changed. They changed so many things, so I don't want to say no right away. Let's see if I can find
It is the Sentinel.
it. First, let me roll
Yeah.
this. 14 fire damage. So, Frank, you saved to take half.
Excuse me.
Good thing I started healing.
And then let's see if we can do this scent. Because I mean, they've changed some.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it's in this. Beats. Not character.
Damn, I don't have it yet. Okay, I was like, hold on, I think I have something that lets me take no damage, but I don't get that till
Evasion.
7.
Get that later. 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 7. Okay, here we go. Now, beats.
So I take 7. Ooh,
Is it 7?
yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, and Sentinel, SSS.
So I am at 14.
Okay, here we go. Immediately after a creature within 5 feet of you takes the disengage action or hits a target other than you with an attack, you can make an opportunity attack against that creature. Interesting.
But it hits him with the
Hits a
with an
target
attack.
with an attack. I mean, it's, let me see. It's not an attack. Well, that's tough. I don't know. So it's a saving throw. He's not technically hitting them.
But it's still an
But
attack.
it's attacking them. That's the key.
Dude, where's the like D&D
Okay, so for now, let's allow it, but we'll review it before next session. Okay,
Alright.
because I'm thinking that on saving throw stuff, they're going to say that that's a no-go, but I don't know for sure. Just says an attack. So we'll do some research on that one. So if you'd like to, you can use your reaction to hit.
I will. That is a. I don't believe I have advantage, correct?
No.
Okay, so that is 13.
Okay, that is a miss. So
Alright.
he swings out his hand, a bunch of fire erupts from it towards them. You attempt to slash at him, and he just kind of narrowly dodged out of the way, but in a very robotic nature, and he doesn't look at you when he does it. So it's almost like he can see you without seeing you through his own eyes.
Fuck, it's pain.
So he's like this. It's
His
very,
pain.
very interesting.
Purple eyes.
The other individual who is next to you, he attempts to.
His
You see this like aura emit from his hand, and he attempts to grab you. and he barely misses you. So as he goes to attempt to like grab you with his hand, you kind of like swipe his hand away,
No.
kind of dodging it, and you can feel
Stranger
this
danger
like
hits him with the nose.
necrotic energy was
That's my
emitting from his
purse.
hand, and if
I
it
don't
hits
know
you, it could have been potentially
Yeah,
devastating. Now that you are where you currently are, you see this this portal that was sitting there has now shrunken down. It's beginning to slowly dissolve. But there are 4 other individuals, and they stand with weapons guarding this other portal. Across the way, you now see a sort of like sparking eruption of magic come from the Eternal Keep. The very top of this castle, there is a large tower with a bell. The bell is since been not used, but as you can pretty much tell, it looks like there's like some construction going on. There's some wood
So
and
is
stuff
the
laying
bell
around.
tower?
Yeah, there's like a large bell tower of sorts.
Through this portal, right?
Yeah, you can see it through the portal.
Okay.
You see the bell tower through the portal. Now, you can see way far away in the Eternal Keep, you can see a speck that is the bell tower. Okay? So, wherever this portal leads, it's clear that it transports you to the bell tower. But the bell tower is probably like at least 500 feet away. It's pretty far away. You can see this individual. He's standing there. You see his back. But from his palm is this sort of like sparking eruption. A very large white strand is erupting from whatever this person is doing, straight up into the sky. It seems to blast way above the clouds. You can't even see the tops of this. And as he does this, the strands from below the tower, they make their way upwards towards it. It's almost like a connection of sorts. You can hear from on the other side of a portal, an individual is like loud whispering some sort of incantation. You're not sure exactly what language it is or whatever it might be, but some sort of loud incantation. And every time he speaks the end of what appears to be like a sentence, another spark of white energy comes out from this and erupts into the sky. And above the Eternal Keep, this cloud formation begins to take shape. And it gets really, really dark. Now, it was in the morning time, so you guys were kind of like hit right with the morning sun. But this large, dark gray and almost like it's like white lightning is skirting across the sky. In towards this beam that is now protruding from what appears to be his hand. And he turns back towards the portal, and your eyes meet. His eyes are not purple. All right, and he appears to he's humanoid in some way. You're not really sure racially. You probably wouldn't be able to tell. He'd probably be at least like a human or elf, half elf. He appears to be normal stature. Mm-hmm. He is dark, black skin, and he's got these almost like ember-colored eyes. They're brown, but ever so slightly orange. So you can see like this, almost like a magical spark is kind of exuding from him. Whatever he is definitely a very powerful magician. So his eyes meet yours, and you can just actually roll a perception check. I need you to roll a perception. Let's see.
I want him to roll a perception check too.
Oh yeah.
To see if he can see the rage in my eyes.
Oh, he can see. He just doesn't care.
That is 19.
Okay, so you can see he doesn't say anything, but he mouths something to you, and he says, as he turns his head back towards this crystal, and you once again hear this incantation.
It's Scar.
In strange language. Okay, so,
Why do weird magic people always got to be pondering their orbs or gems, you know?
or whatever it is. You don't know what it is.
Over here
So,
pondering.
The Venator, who's standing next to you, he sees this guy heading towards us, And he looks at you and what next? I got this. And he waves his hand.
I'm just like, who are you?
Hey,
Who's this guy?
I'm here to help you. Okay. So he waves his hand and says a brief incantation, and then from his outstretched hand, a white beam heads towards the individual who's running at us.
White beam? That's awfully suspicious considering all the white beams going to the
Well, theirs aren't like beams. They're more like
wispy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like strands of hair almost. They're very thin.
Yep.
That's a 23, so he hits. And he deals 8 force and 2 necrotic to the bad guy. Okay. And the guy with the glaive, he once again, he appears to be unfazed. He's just taking the hits. It doesn't seem to phase him at all. Facial expression, emotions, nothing. He's just staring daggers with those bright purple eyes. Okay. It is...
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, haha, not bad.
Okay, that's good. I'll take that. Deity. I said life. Deity. So you've seen this individual. He's now turned his back to you, and you have both of these guys now seem to be back in the swing of things. So whatever was afflicting this dude on behind you is no longer afflicting.
How far is the portal?
The portal's 60 feet away from the top of the stairs.
And you said there's people
In between. They're in like columns. There's 6 of them.
Make sure I
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 feet apart from each other, leading directly. It's like a pathway to the portal.
People in columns? Like titans and walls?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're like standing, ready to go. Weapon and shield in each of their hands.
Interesting.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I can disengage as a bonus action.
Yes, no, you can use a cunning action.
I would like to use my action to dash to the portal.
Yeah, you can disengage and then... Oh, you want to dash? Or do you want to disengage then?
Disengage
Disengage, dash. Okay, so you can move
60 feet.
60 feet.
To the
okay,
portal.
so you head and you make your way through these guys, and they're all attacking at you, but you're just, swiping away, dodging. And you make your way through the portal. Now, you get like a bit of a sickening feeling, but luckily you're a warforged, so you don't have to roll a save here. As you're transported all the way through this kind of odd but shrinking portal to the bell tower. Now, as soon as you arrive at the bell tower, you see the individual ahead of you, and he immediately turns around and says, "You were not the one I was expecting, but this will make things very interesting. If you survive." So he's staring at you, and like I said, this magical energy is erupting from his hand. Now that you're standing there, you do see sort of like elongated crystal structure, and you see it's opaque in nature. So there's some sort of like energy coming from it. Mm-hmm. And below him, there's a bull. The bull is emitting some sort of like smoke. You get the aroma of like ash and like mildew, moldy sort of smell.
Yeah.
But this crystal, you can see like the energy that's coming from it it's seemingly like a battery. It seems to be being drained. So the glowing white light appears to be dimming in this crystal as he's just holding it erect, and these flashes of light and eruptions of energy continue to protrude from it. So, real quick, as you've exited the portal and he does this, he kind of like turns towards you. So roll a quick dex save as these bright flashes of light erupt from it and beams of energy begin shooting out. Frantically. They're just like going everywhere.
That is a 23.
Okay, so you dodge the first beam. It flies straight over your head and towards the tower. As it strikes the back side of the tower, you see it just kind of like explodes explodes. The beam didn't look like it would cause that much damage as it was heading at you. But as it strikes the tower, another massive hole it protrudes. It explodes the bricks. I mean, they're just dust when it strikes. And so now there's a gaping hole on both sides of the tower. The vibrations are getting so strong now that the bell is beginning to just reverberate back and forth. Now, there's no little, like, gonging thing inside.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, it's under construction. But the bell, the metal, the brass and gold that's in this bell is, like, shaking so vigorously that it's causing almost, like, wave sonic energy to come from it. As you see below you, you see a group of those golden guards. They appear to be heading up towards your guys' direction. Now, you know in this tower, you're incredibly high up, so it will probably take a long time for them to get there. Whether or not this guy survives or you survive, by the time they arrive, is probably a big question. So,
after that bolt, like, whizzes past me, I'll just speak my first words as deity. If that is how you choose to rid me, you'll have to do better than that.
oh, okay, wow.
Everyone's so feisty.
I was gonna say, everybody's on their toes, except for Sean. Sean's like, no, fuck this.
He slapped the door. He kicked it and then slapped it in frustration.
Cocky.
I don't want any part of this. I thought that would for sure be someone else, but you were just like, no.
He is the most practical one here.
He is. He's the practical. We're all fucking like, let's go, preach. And he's like, no, I don't want to die.
I'm going downstairs.
Why?
I heard there's a downstairs here.
Okay.
It's about to be a get out of the
Marcus,
building
it's
now,
your turn.
not just
So,
upstairs.
Once again, so another beam strikes the tower. You feel the tower beginning once again to kind of like crumble. You know that it probably won't stand if the damage continues to incur upon it.
Right. So.
And there's two people at the top of the stairs. You just watched the robot man. You don't know his name. Book it past everybody. Just dodge in and out of all their strikes. Quite impressively.
So first things for Earth, my healing spirit heals me.
Congratulations.
Only 3.
That's what you get.
Healing.
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 I didn't do it. He
I'm a
did.
healer, what do you expect?
Like we hired a cleric.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
You're not obligated to heal anybody, just letting you know.
What are you doing?
that's why I'm healing myself.
He's like, no. What do you got?
All right, so how close is the
50 feet.
casting the beam?
Through the portal, I think.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I can't hear him.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
He's just really quiet.
He's just very quiet.
What are you doing?
How close is the one casting the beam?
The dude that I chased.
The guy in the portal?
Yeah.
To you?
He's like
To
75
you,
feet.
he's 75 feet away. You're down the stairs 15 feet. Can't even see the portal.
Oh,
You just watched him
Book
F
it.
off.
okay.
You saw
So
me
there's
tap
two
the
guys
guy
at the
and
top of the stairs
right.
looking at you and Asherak now.
Okay. Hey, so
Your PIC.
sorry, I misunderstood.
Instant
Okay.
charge.
So in that case, I'm going to bonus action Shillelagh.
Yeah, see.
Okay.
Shillelagh. I'm sorry.
It's a really good cantrip, actually.
It is. Got a lot of Irish flavor to it, too.
87
Nene?
and on the
Shillelagh.
percentile dot.
Oh.
So for the next minute, my quarterstaff does 1d8 magical damage, and I can use my wisdom my
Moss
spell casting
propagates itself,
ability to
does that not make all
Attack.
moss
Nope.
Randy moss?
Attack.
and so and I'm going to cast firebolt bolt
Terrible.
at the two guy
Okay.
at the guy I've been hitting. Okay, hey, I accidentally cast that.
Nice.
That is a 24 to hit.
That is a hit.
Woohoo!
About bloody time. Gotta be honest, y'all. Damage.
Yeah, I don't need to.
Speaking of not dishing out that much damage,
Oh.
one fire.
You burn his shoelace off.
That sucks.
Hey, you might trip
I
on
realized
shit.
who's in charge.
No, he can't trip on it anymore. It doesn't exist. He
It
probably
died?
saved him.
The tire shoe is gone.
Saved him from a horrible fate. All right. So, is it your turn? You know, shillelagh and then firebolt, and then that's it.
That's a bonus action and an action. So yeah,
You have movement if you want.
I'm not moving away from my dog.
Okay, fine. Lame. All right, Asherak, you are.
I feel safe next to my dog.
Do you have enough?
So I'm gonna proceed as I've been proceeding.
Okay, so you're right next to him. You're actually 5 feet closer to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you like to do? You're 10 feet away from the top of the stairs. You've seen him dip.
I
Look at
stabbed the guy. I dipped.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see this weird guy, right?
There's 2 people at the top of the stairs.
The weird guy in the gem.
No.
No.
No, you can't see. We can't see him.
You guys are just like, too far
Off the
down.
horizon. of
Yeah,
the
I want
stairs.
to keep going up.
Okay, you can go up to the guys. There's 2 of them standing in the way. I mean,
Okay, so I want to crack one of them with my whip.
okay.
When a problem comes along, you must whip it.
18 plus 7, which is a 22 or 25.
Whip it. Into shape.
And I'm still using D-Force, correct?
No, you should be at beat 6 by now.
No, I'm asking because currently, if I'm using the regular D&D one, I only have D4s still.
Oh,
Next level, I would get D6s.
Oh, they don't go to D6 to 5.
That's why I'm asking, which am I doing?
Your original.
Okay.
Because you have original stuff. Are you punching him? Or are you
I'm
whipping?
hitting him with my whip. Whips only do D4, my dude.
Whip it good.
Isn't that your monk weapon? So
So it still does
Yeah,
D4 because
D4.
my martial arts die is D4.
Oh, nice.
So 9
Total damage?
total bit damage. Yeah, slashing.
You literally dealt more damage than his fucking fireball.
And
Take a
then
little-
I'm just gonna
Skin off his cheek.
hit him with
Yeah,
a quick
right in the face.
uppercut to the balls.
What? So
Whip it good.
dirty.
19.
Oh, that's another hit.
Fist
And
connect-
that is 7.
Woo! Okay.
And my AC is
So-
currently 21.
Okay, okay, so the top guy, the guy that Deity had been fighting, you whip him across the face and a big gash all the way down to his, probably the point of his cheek, or from the point of his cheek down to his chin. Big giant gash. And then you run up and right in the crotch, and you see he collapses to the ground. Now the other guy is still standing there, but this guy appears
Nelly.
to be Dunzo. You felt a
And I'm gonna keep moving past this guy.
Okay, so he makes an attack opportunity.
That's fine. My AC is currently 21.
Woo!
Do you have to activate the thing?
Tago's the defender. No, that's part of his.
Oh,
Because I
that's
attacked
dope.
him.
Why they couldn't say so.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's a feature I wouldn't be able to use in the new rules. That's like literally part of this. So I'm like, So that
So,
just goes in the trash.
So you down that one. The other guy, he tries to hit you, but Ty goes the defender. So as he attempts to strike at you, you use like your whip to crack back at his sword.
I like to think I just hit him on the knuckle.
Downward. But there's no face, but there's no expressions or emotion on his face.
Except for that
Okay,
one.
so where are you moving to exactly? Because you've moved up 10 feet.
Yeah, I want to go all the way up the stairs and get out up on see what's going on where the
So
snow
what you
is.
see is you see 6 people standing with like spear and shield. Now their like weapons are drawn and they're like ready for action. But you see on the other side of the portal now, as it's shrinking down very small, you can see the robot guy is
That's offensive.
standing next to something or someone that's emitting a very large
We're not all the same
beam of energy
robot. Okay.
up directly into
I'm
the
on board
sky.
for it.
And now you can see it on the portal, and you can also see the beam off in the distance.
So are these Gar armor-clad people purple-eyed?
Yes, they are all purple-eyed people.
Okay.
Giant purple.
One-eyed, one-horned, giant purple people. You got it.
Yes. But that's 10 feet of your movement to the top of the stairs.
She knows about it.
Now,
she was
the
alive.
portal is
I know
still
about
60
that,
feet
yes.
away. Portal is still 60 feet away.
Okay, that's perfect. As long as it's in range of my bow. Because I'm going to do a thing.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot the gem.
All right. So it is now
And I get to add an extra d4 damage to it. Because I'm a monk.
ground
Also what I
level
get to do.
individual. So the guy with the glaive
And then I also
runs
have-
directly at you, Nick. And he's going to take his swing. He stops about 10 feet away and
Nice.
takes his
And then-
wings. 18?
That hits.
Oh, that is it.
Nice.
Okay. You do take partial damage.
So I
It
get
is,
to basically... I don't
slashing
like that
damage.
one. don't like
9. And then he swings again.
I get 3
Is that
tries
half?
to do good damage.
No,
Every
so you
attack
have
seems
so
pretty good.
4.
4. Okay.
14 for the next attack, and his last attack, he is going to attempt to trip.
Wait, so -4, and then the 14 is halved?
No, the 14 was to hit.
okay.
He missed. And another 14 is a miss, I'm guessing.
Yes.
So the first attack he hits, and then the other 2 he misses. The other ones, like I said, they're all standing there, and now they're holding their hands in like a triangular formation, and these beams of energy are heading upward towards the
How far away am I
eternal
from them?
heat.
And this gem...
They're still 100 feet away.
This gem is a
100 feet
focal point of
away?
sorts.
Yeah.
Like the energy
Well,
is
you
being...
can't see the gem. You see energy emitting from this guy because he's standing in front of the portal. He's just literally on the other side of the portal. So you see his back, and then you can see kind of like behind
Like a
him.
light from.
Yeah,
the
a
dude.
few feet away from him is this guy, and like eruptions of energy are coming from the tower. And because you can see parts of the portal,
So I have to shoot him, is what you're telling me.
you could try, but he will have extra cover because he's in the way.
And I don't know how shooting through
Just
portal.
those he knows. It will be. He'll have like half cover because he's in the way. He'll shoot past.
How does shooting through a portal actually work?
I mean, you just walked through it, so he'll have to find out
All right.
ultimately. So, okay. So now it's Poppy Painbow's turn. So, Poppy Painbow, what are
Feel
you
the
doing?
pain.
Okay, so the guy with the glaive, he's just right in front of you.
Alright, so I'm going to take my great katana and just feel it.
Okay,
Come
swing
down.
at him. Roll the hits.
Even though katanas are more stab.
Don't forget
Yeah.
you got Bardic Inspiration.
Katanas are not
I
stabby.
do have Bardic Inspiration.
You can use Bardic Inspiration. You also have regular Inspiration.
I had to declare that before I roll, huh?
No.
But before
With
the
you-
decision has been made if it hits or not.
Yes.
You can roll.
Actually,
And then
that's
you can
not
use
true
my- use my
anymore.
card
Per the new
before
rules.
telling me if you rolled a 14 or 7. You know?
no.
So
per
before
the
I
new
declare the
rules-
roll?
Yes.
No.
Oh. Oh,
No, I'm
It-
hearing
For the new
no.
rules, you can know that you failed and then use it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
crazy.
changed. It's changed since our last meeting.
24?
Oh, that's a hit.
Cool. No bardic inspiration. I'm saving that.
Plus D6 to the damage.
So I'm gonna hit him, and I'm gonna use
Well, technically, you can use bardic
my
inspiration. For that.
savage attacker.
Okay, so you roll your d6s and you can re-roll any ones or
2d6 plus 5.
You can only use the bardic inspiration for any D20 check that it's failed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I think there is a specific bard that can do that, but it is like a school.
So you can re-roll ones and twos,
7,
So you reroll the 2.
but you have to take whatever the roll is.
4,
That
Okay,
is
there you go.
that. 9 plus.
5. So,
Woo!
14. So I take my great katana, and I'm just all like,
You like
Right into
slash
his-
into him and it just digs into his shoulder.
Get into
and
it.
you slide it out. Blood kind of like just gushes for a second out of it, and then it just clearly is like dripping down his arm heavily.
Still no expression on his face.
Expressions. He just stands there.
She's just like,
Okay.
just like this.
Huh.
There's nothing on its face.
I just feel
those
kind of like,
glowing purple eyes.
since I'm in range of him, I'm just like,
He's just
what's wrong with you?
Nothing. He doesn't even appear to remark. There's no change in anything.
Copy it.
As a bonus action, I would like to let out one of my jaunting roars.
Oh, okay. Is that an ability?
That is,
Yes.
Oh,
is her
gross.
roar.
It's a Leonin.
Oh.
So, as a bonus action, you can let out an especially menacing roar. Creatures, meow. Creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you that can hear
Gary
you
the
must
Snake.
succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you until the end of your next turn.
Okay, so you let out your roar. And he seems to be completely unfazed by it.
I could have told you.
Fair.
But
I haven't tried. I'm just a
You can
dumb
tell
knight.
he's
I'm playing my character.
he's
Oh,
not
yeah.
in the driver's.
I thought you said he didn't have.
No, he has the purple eyes.
Okay.
The one that you are next
Definitely.
to. does
Okay.
not.
Okay. And I think that's all I'm allowed to do.
Attack, bonus action.
Yep.
Yep.
You have some movement,
You-
but
I could
unless you wanna-
move.
You let him attack you. So Sean, what are we doing, Tira?
Okay, I'm getting out of swaying
Excuse
tower
me,
first.
Maple Daisy Ray.
Oh, I apologize.
Ray Maple
Mr.
Daisy.
Daisy.
Maple Daisy. I swear
I've
to
lost track
God,
of
Maple was
what-
the first thing that came out, and that's what I remember.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I am running out of the tower, just a little bit, and then I see purple-eyed guy, and I go, and I attempt to freeze him in his place and cast Hold Person.
Ooh, the guy with the big glaive?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Ooh, I got a 10. I'm guessing I failed.
He failed.
So you see, he's got the glaive and he's just like,
Yeah.
I kind of look over my shoulder, and I'm like,
Immediately
and then-
pulls out a
I'm like,
Sharpie.
hold on, keep him there. Is it my shot?
Yeah, immediately pulls out a Sharpie.
She's doing one of these.
Yeah, that's Sean's whole thing. He holds persons people and gets them with the marker.
Like a Jigglypuff.
This is why we don't allow you.
And then I will, as my bonus action, I will say, "Go get him, Venator! Now's your chance!" And I'll give you inspiration as
oh,
well.
man. And he's paralyzed with whole person. Oh, boy. Okay. So, it's
the
their
other-
turn, but like I said, the crowd of 6 is just standing there. They're the white strands coming
Is
in
that
from them. They
an
continue.
action, or that's just a...
Now, at
That's
the
it.
end of his turn, he rolls another wisdom save. Is that correct? End of his turn?
Yeah.
Feature
So,
Okay.
a number of times.
So he doesn't get to act, and at the end of his turn, let's see if he saves.
It doesn't really say.
Ooh, that is a 14.
Failed.
Okay.
Dang, man, I'm not rolling too well right now. I'll get you guys later. Don't you worry. Okay, so he fails. It is the Venator's turn. And he gets to attack. He's gonna once again. He's shooting him with Eldritch Blast. And he has advantage.
Remember,
to hit,
kid.
correct? And
Paralyzed.
he gets a 21. Now, is any hit against a paralyzed person is a critical hit.
The other half
So-
is violent.
He deals 16, and then he gets to roll die. So the way we do crits is fun. We do 1 max damage dice roll, then you roll the dice again and add it to it. So he deals a total of 21 plus. Oh, okay, 8. So 29 on top of the damage that Poppy has done. And he appears to be very near death. He gets blasted in the chest, in the same shoulder that Poppy has already dug into. So blood kind of like explodes out. You get a little bit of blood on your fur as it kind of like explodes out of his shirt.
I
a
have
little
white
bit.
fur.
Yeah, it's gross.
Such a pain.
We're so close.
Hey, you gotta hurry up and rinse that out, okay? Red doesn't come out easily.
Red does not come out easily. And
Is it red? I
now,
had the impression
at
it was
the
black.
top of the initiative order,
Does anyone know prestidigitation?
let's see what happens with deity. Top of the initiative.
Isn't that
What are we doing
temporary
here?
though? Does that only last for
You're
an
about,
hour?
you're about 10 feet away from it.
No,
10
on-
feet?
once
So
if you cast prestidigitation on something and you hit it
Vex.
clean, it's done.
I can bow, dagger. Bow, walk up to him, dagger.
Yeah.
Alright. I would like to
Bow dagger. Shoot a dagger from this
shoot
bow
him with my bow.
with his dagger.
Actually,
Might be better off doing the short sword.
short.
Because in order to take out your bow at this point, you'd need to drop your short sword.
True.
Because you can only draw or stow one thing. You'd have
So,
to drop it, then take out the bow and shoot. And then move. But your short sword would just be laying there.
so
And short sword and short bow.
yeah, it's true. I just wanted the advantage, so I
But why would you have
think
advantage?
I was thinking about rather than doing the dagger, getting the vex, and then next turn running up to him.
Ah! Oh, I see. So you want a bonus action steady aim?
Yeah,
You
I think
can
so.
throw a dagger.
Yes, you can.
Would that still get the vex?
Let's see.
Just saying.
I have to just look at the Nick property.
Everything's a hammer, or everything's a nail, and all you got's a hammer.
Make it part of the attack action. You put above that, you can still make this extra attack. So the only problem is you can't dual wield a short bow and
True. Okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah, but then scooping up as his thing would be no issue, right? Throw it.
Well, no. He wants to use his bow to get sneak attack because he
Yeah.
gets something called steady aim. If he doesn't move,
Then I get
then he
advantage.
gets advantage. As
And
a
you
bonus.
currently have your bow out.
No.
He has a short sword and a dagger.
Okay, so
When he throws the dagger as the action, he can't.
throw the dagger. Draw and stow is your free action. Draw your bow.
You can't draw.
So-
Stow is draw or stow.
Can I
Yeah, so
throw the
you're
dagger
attacking.
to get the nick?
Draw.
What does the nick do? again?
And shoot. So he could
You
do that.
Could
You could throw, draw, and shoot.
no. You would not be able to use Nick with the.
With my current dagger short sword.
Wait. Actually, you could. Yeah. No. Short sword is Nick. Wait. No. Short sword is only Vex. You could. Well, technically, you can break it up. You could throw dagger and then make your offhand attack as your short sword. But I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah.
You're
I don't know.
you're better off
Just going up
short
to him.
swording and hitting him with it, fixing him, then
I think
daggering him for the sneak attack.
I think I'm gonna.
Then you don't have to wait till the other turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up to him. You said 15 feet?
Yeah, he's 10 feet away.
10
Yeah.
feet. I'm gonna go up to him and
Okay.
try to short sword him.
Okay, roll the hit.
That is a 12.
Oh, Man, I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Now, you can still use your bonus action to attack with dagger if you choose.
I would like to do that.
You just can't add your modifier on it.
Oh, the plus whatever.
Plus whatever
Plus
dex mod
5,
is.
yeah.
You could still hit him with damage, though.
And then that could still apply the nick.
You could still nick. Oh wait. No, you could. No, you could do your nick not as a bonus action. Sorry, you could just attack as part of that same action with your dagger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still can't apply the
Advantage.
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the.
That is a natural 1.
Oh. Okay, so as his attack of opportunity, you see he like pushes the gem towards you and tries to like hit you with it. Dang. 15.
That does not hit.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, so as he does that, you like swish his arm out of the way, but you can feel this like pulsating energy
Ooh.
coming from it. As he does have an expression on his face, and now it appears to be like frustration. He's looking at you like this, and he says, "You will not interrupt me. This will be done."
Yes. You will be.
Marcus, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to the guy.
Guy on the top of the stairs.
Oh wait. At first, heal.
It's only one. Oh, okay. Oh, you're healing yourself. Chiboopity.
Not much.
Okay.
It adds up.
I get 1 HP.
Wow. Suck it, Trevor.
Woo! Rip.
So I'm gonna run up to the guy. And I'm gonna smack him with my sling.
Hit. There's only one guy on top of the stairs.
The other one.
Frank is down the other one with a crotch shot.
That is a 23 to hit.
That's a hit. Finally.
Don't curse me yet.
I just want you guys to hit people. Like, you guys got all these cool things, and you guys aren't just to not hit people.
I need advantage in the first round of combat where that's integral. I had to sprint.
Yep. Run up the stairs.
So much sprint.
It's okay. It's okay.
Nah, he's fucking murderfied next turn. True.
Alright, what's the damage, buddy?
Okay, so that adds 8 bludgeoning.
Okay. So you smack him in the face. This is the guy that already kind of dealt with some excruciating pain, so he's a little worse prepared.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to move my dog to me.
Okay. Remember, it's only applied once per turn.
Yes,
So, start of your next turn, it'll work. Okay? And is that your turn?
Yes.
You can now see the other side of the portal. You see the robot guy is going toe-to-toe with this dude who's just holding this, like, really long, glowing crystal as he attempted to, like, swipe him with it. Obviously, the Warforged blocked it, but this giant beam of energy is continuing to erupt from him. Azurek, it is your turn.
All right. So I see the column of people in front of me.
Yes, there's like a row of people, and they're all like standing very like Spartan-esque.
Have any of them tried to move towards my...
No, they appear to be guarding this portal, which appears to be shrinking very rapidly. It's now probably about 2 feet by 2 feet.
All right.
Circular, so it's a little, but it's like pretty small. Now,
2 feet.
was huge.
So I'm going to spend a key point, do the dash, disengage,
disengage?
and I'm going to jump through the portal.
Okay, so you jump through the portal to the other side as a bonus action. Spend the key point. So you have
I'm
3.
out.
And then, so behind you, you hear the pitter-patter of some feet landing. Real quickly, though, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. As you jump through
10.
this portal, but you feel really discombobulated.
10.
10? Okay, so you retch over and take 4 poison damage as you literally, like, blow chunks.
Down to 10.
Okay? And then, what are you doing?
That's all I can do with my turn.
That was just your bonus action. You don't have
Oh,
action.
I'm going to fucking
So you don't have any action.
shoot this guy with a bow.
Okay. So you blow chunks real quick, and then you're like, "Ugh!"
And I'm... miss.
What did we roll?
10.
Okay, yes. The 10 is a miss. So you flap the arrow by him, and as the arrow flies towards him, one of the beams like catches it, and it just disintegrates the arrow, right as it was about to strike him. Okay. As you see now, both of them jump through the portal, and this fight begins to take some shape. The individual with the crystal, you see, he turns around. And as he turns around, he begins to throw the crystal at the ground. So both of you get to make an attack of opportunity against him. If you choose, unless you've already used your reaction, you can't do it if you have already used your reaction this turn. So
I have not.
I'm
I
at
just took
range,
my
so I
turn.
don't think I can.
Bow.
I have my bow.
He was 10 feet from the portal. The dude.
The dude was 10 feet. Yeah. Okay.
And
I guess I could have
But
shot.
you do have your whip.
Yeah,
You want you to make an attack with the whip, because it's got 10 foot. So you can attack with the whip, just because it is a melee weapon.
19.
Well, that's a hit. Okay.
21.
21 is a hit. Oh!
Okay, so
Okay. So you both strike. Unfortunately, you don't get to use sneak attack,
Yeah.
but because you didn't have advantage. But you both strike, so deal the damage.
Am I able to use any of the mastery?
so
that?
I'm going to use
you-
Savage Attacker.
Let me see. Real quick.
So 3 or
So with the short sword, you can use Dex.
so he takes 8 slashing from me.
You can use Dex. I'm not sure about the Nick. Attack action. Because you're not taking
Yeah,
the
I'm
attack
not-
action, you're
so-
taking the opportunity
Alright.
attack. So it's a different action.
So I'll use
But you can use
the
Dex.
Vex.
Because it just says
Oh, that
when
is
you deal weapon damage.
11.
Okay, so
I rolled a
11 and 9?
8.
Oh, 11 and 8. Okay, so you whip across his throat, and you see he as he's recoiling from it, right? You pull him backwards. He comes up and he stabs him right through the back, right in the liver area.
Then I'm assuming he's dead.
Up and through him. But he still manages, he's not dead. He still manages to smash the crystal on the floor. And he lets out a curdling laugh as he spits out.
Just do one of these.
He's choking. He's choking,
blood?
mind you. So he's got one hand trying to release it so he can at least laugh at you. But he's a short sword sticking through. It's all the way through his abdomen. But he shatters the crystal on the ground. And from it, you two, because you're right there, you feel this enormous rush of energy that pulls you towards this crystal. And then quickly, it erupts out. So you two are caught in it first. And the eruption, it throws you back. So I need you both to roll dexterity.
I'm hanging on to the whip on the guy's throat.
Yeah, you're still hanging on. I mean, it's technically not really released, so you're still hanging on, and he still has a sword.
24.
40? What?
24.
Well, I thought you said 44. I was like,
I'm not there yet.
44?
I'm not there yet. Maybe
Okay.
level 12 or 13.
I got a 16.
okay, so you both save. You manage to kind of grip the edge of this tower. The individual that you're wrapped around with your whip, he flies backwards, and it appears you can feel it's almost like a dead fish on the end of it.
I just snap it off.
You just snap it off. His body goes flying as the energy wave expands as it hits the tower.
I'm trying to hold on to my whip,
I
but
need
it's like,
Marcus to now roll a dexterity
Bring it on,
saving
because
throw
the wind.
as you're on top of the tower,
Poor
and
weapon
this
choice.
giant shock wave of energy engulfs you. The people that are standing there at the edge of the portal
All right.
as it closes finally.
So as a reaction, I'm casting a resistance.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You know what's funnier than 30?
So you get to add the D4.
35.
Yep. I don't think I need it, but I'm gonna take it just in case because I am that low.
What do we got?
Hold on, I need the D4.
That's Oops.
27.
Roll the d4. Okay.
I
Just
cast
uses your reaction. It's not like you're neat or anything, but yeah. Okay, so as the shockwave hits you, you see the other 6 individuals that are standing in front in that Spartan style formation. They just go flying. Like they didn't even try to be stationary. They just go flying, limp. And the tower beneath you begins to absolutely crumble. Poppy and Venator, as well as Tirith, bricks are now flying towards you as you are also hit by this massive shockwave. Everybody needs to roll a dexterity saving.
Again?
No, I'm sorry. Just the people I mentioned. Just the people I mentioned.
Don't say everybody.
It's the second wave.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Dex saving throw.
Here goes a giant
Dex saving
fist.
throw. Yes. You got an 11. You failed. The shockwave and the bricks smash into you.
You take 53 damage.
No.
How much do I take?
19.
You take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Is that halved
7.
already?
Nikki,
no.
you take 9.
I
You
think-
say you stand firm. The blast does nothing to you.
Okay, concentration check is 10.
10. Yes, sir. 10.
Plus, is it plus your?
I mean, if you want to, you don't have to maintain concentration. As you see the giant buff glaive wielding dude just go flying.
Oh, okay. Then I won't bother.
I'm
like-
dead. They're like ragdolling away.
Oh,
As
I was imagining
everything around everyone kind of goes black. Everything goes dark around you all. As you're hit with this massive wave.
Wait,
Faint strands of
just them or
no, everybody. Every single one of you. You're the only one standing at this point. Sean, you are on the ground. But you're the only ones conscious and awake at this juncture. Everything around you has been altered, different, changed, is gone. Everything around you, all the surroundings and everything has dramatically changed. Nothing, you can't really see much around you except for blackness at this point. With a few purple and white strands begin like making their way through the air around you all. You're woven in this little orb, or what it seems to be like this little space. You're all fairly close to each other now, within 30 feet. No longer is there a tower, and you all appear to be on the same sort of like footing, as you're in this strange black purple area. Does anybody want to do anything? Any sort of interaction?
what the hell is
Can I
going
Oh
on?
God, we're
use
doomed.
my,
we're in the black purple area.
Yeah, everybody is together now. You all
Oh.
see each other around you. Sean, Tirith, you're the only one.
Can we get sent to
Can
the shadow
I,
realm?
I roll
use
up my whip and-
magic awareness.
Put it back on my belt.
What does it do?
So when you choose this path, which is the wild magic barbarian, at 3rd level as an action, you can open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover. When you sense a spell, you learn which school of magic it belongs to. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish along it.
Okay, so the only thing you can really decipher is that this must be some sort of like transmutation magic. This has been some sort of like alteration of your surroundings, reality, time. You don't really know. Space? You're not sure. But as soon as you arrive in this area, almost to the second, you're once again transported somewhere else. You arrive and you're standing on a metallic platform, and these metal bars are stretching out. You're pretty high up, off the ground. Surrounding you, or below you, I should say, and it is a forest of some sort. There's trees everywhere, but you're standing on these long metallic bars. It's very dark. There appears to be a heavy, heavy rain kind of like pelting you all in the face. You can tell just by the smell and atmosphere that you're not where you just were. You somehow have been transported somewhere else. You're not at all sure how, but you're all standing on the platform. Sean, you're still prone. So you're transported out, and like I said, you're on these metal bars. Do you guys want to do anything? Any sort of interaction?
Well, I'm going to take a deep breath. I want to see what it smells
So
like.
this is not solid. It's
You're like lifted off the ground, and there's like platforms. You're on these platforms, but everything that's connecting these platforms are these metal bars.
okay.
They're circular in nature, and there's stuff above you. You're just not really sure what it is. They look like small metallic coils. You take a deep breath. So you smell. You smell the rains, but there's something off. This does not smell. There's nothing familiar about this smell. Okay, and that's what throws you off.
I too would like to smell. I'd like to, but
You don't have a nose. I'm a
I get him one of those glasses with the fake nose. It makes me more comfortable.
I'm familiar about this smell. The rains smell different. The atmosphere around you feels different.
I want. Are there? There's no one else here but us right now.
Yeah, you don't see anybody else. You see
All
nothing
right.
else.
So what I want to do
You
is
probably would have, but
I kind of want to peer over the edge of these of the platform.
oh, you
that we're
see
on.
the edge of the platform. You see little like bands of electricity begin to head in your guys' direction.
like
You see this.
like
A little small, like on the metal bars.
I think we need to move.
I've been forgetting to add
I'm
that.
gonna stand up.
Okay. Oh, very good. As you say, I think we need to move. You hear a loud, like eruption of sound. You're not really sure how to describe it, but barreling towards you all is this metal freight-like object. It's metallic, but these
Oh, I know where we are.
large
I know exactly where we are.
electrical currents begin to erupt as it heads in your direction faster than you've ever seen anything move before. So,
At least
as it
in
heads
this
in your direction, I
campaign.
need you all to roll dexterity saving throws to dodge out of the way of this, or you're likely to be
19.
19.
natural one.
Natural one.
Can I give him?
Can I use my reaction to try and save him with my whip?
I want to give him my heroic inspiration.
All right. So
Okay, you have to do that before. You can't do it as a reaction.
Oh, okay.
so as a reaction,
I didn't-
I want to get if the bar are resistant.
He's not within 10 feet of you. It's within 10 feet.
Oh crap! So nobody.
Anybody else?
Can I use my mental reflexes to try and hit him with my whip as I lift out of the way?
You got a 12, Sean? Okay, so we got a 12.
I'm
I
using
just-
my
This is what I
martial
said earlier about if you roll really poorly.
This is probably the worst, and it's funny because I'm
You're
pretty.
the road.
I'm pretty sure this is the same day, so I don't have my lucky anyway.
No, it is same day.
11.
11,
17.
17, Sean got a
19.
12, Frank got a 19. So, all right, here we go. Sean, Dylan, and Nikki all failed. Oh, wow, you guys got really lucky. 9 damage total, and
Wow.
it is electricity. It is lightning damage as the this large metal freighter barrels towards you all, and like I said, this electrical current is leaping in front of you. So, those of you that got struck by the lightning, you have disadvantage on your next saving throw. Okay.
Oh.
So you took that lightning damage, but only Dylan gets hit by the train, as everyone else jumps
Look at me.
off the platform
He's all-
because there's nowhere else to go. You
I like to
can't
think you
climb
just
down
kind of
here.
look around and
So
you
you
just kind of
jump
like,
off the platform, headed for the trees, hoping that you don't
Friend?
smush like a bug. But
This-
Dylan,
Yeah.
the lightning just kind of
I mean, it's the electricity
Exactly.
robot
Just
thing.
Warforged like
Y'all wouldn't get
Robot
it. You guys
thing.
wouldn't get it.
They should have
don't
like
understand robot
magical extra damage when they take electricity treatment.
they did that with
But
the
it
droids
does
in the Star
hit
Wars
you
edition.
ever so slightly. as you try to jump off, you just jump off a little too late. So as you get hit by this train, you begin like spiraling, flailing around as you head towards the street. You take an extra 5
Do the
bludgeoning
little
damage.
R2D2
5
scream.
bludgeoning damage. Yeah. As you spin down.
I'm pretty sure.
As you
that's
guys are
copyright.
just about to hit the train, a large cloud erupts below you once again, and you're in this blackened realm, still falling, mind you, still falling. As you're still kind of near each other,
Falling
you're
down the
within
rabbit
20,
hole?
30 feet of each other, falling, but there's no ground. You hit nothing. Does anybody want to do anything while you're falling?
How far is the drop?
You have no idea.
Would that count for sentinel since it tried to attack me?
I would like to sentinel the train. A sentinel. Anybody want to do anything? You can talk, mind you. This is like anyone stop
We're all screaming. Oh, like the what is that Gravity Falls episode with the?
No, I'm looking for something I can attempt to
Never
catch
mind.
with my whip. On
Okay,
the way.
so you're like literally like Indiana Jones status, right? You're looking for something. There's like literally nothing. There's nothing. You are in a pit of nothing.
We gotta wait until I hit the tree line, man.
There are no trees.
Oh.
You jump towards the trees and now
I
you
just
see
look
nothing.
at the bar and I say, "We're fucked."
I am doing absolutely nothing. I'm very stoic.
Is the Venator here?
Yes, no, the Venator is there too. He's falling with you guys.
Any
Just
suggestions, team?
I'm just gonna have like, can I have my weapon ready?
Yeah, no, yeah, you guys can have
I have
anything
no
else you want.
fucking clue
And
where
you're
we're
just
going.
falling, plummeting. I mean, you're
Okay.
plummeting.
Boy, I am going to ready an action. If I see any hint of a ground,
That
I'm going to
sounds-
cast Featherfall.
Oh,
I'm also going to cast Featherfall.
I don't think.
Oh, you have Featherfall too?
No, he does not.
No.
Oh, damn it.
Don't listen to him.
I can
They'll
do it for
splat
5
if you don't save
people.
it.
I can do it for 5 people,
One,
but that means
two,
someone's getting
three, four.
squished.
Someone's dying. Sorry.
Yeah.
Someone gets.
So,
Hey,
as
Nikki, you've got
ready your
resistance to
action,
bludgeoning.
You're like humming, jumping, getting ready.
Can I assassinate the ground?
I like to assassinate it.
If we get
As
it if there's no
you
ground.
are falling, the air around you quickly smells of like pine trees. And the blackness quickly goes away, and all you can see is white powder in front of you.
I begin positioning myself actually as we're falling. I don't know if he notices, but he looks squishier than the rest of the party.
Oh,
Put it that way. So I am going to, kind of like, you just get right up behind him and be like,
so you see he's behind you, but you're probably about. You have enough time to use your reaction spell if you choose to. If you choose to.
he seems
But you're
squishy.
plummeting towards whiteness. You all immediately recognize it as snow.
Okay, yes.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm going to surfboard the bard down this mountain,
You would
baby.
like to use Featherfall on who's not getting Featherfalled.
Okay, I am getting Featherfalled.
It doesn't have to be me.
I would like to be Featherfalled.
I'll do the Lioness and the Venator because I was fighting with them, sort of.
Cool.
Oh, okay,
All right,
cool.
cool. There we go. I earned my
Were
place.
any of the companions there? The one dude that was. No.
No, you do not see them.
Good. Okay.
You don't see. Yeah, I didn't mention that right away. But yes, Poppy, you do not see the previous champion with you. He,
Okay.
not there. And you do not see Baldur. He's nowhere else.
Okay. I did any, meeny, miny, mo, so I'm sorry. Asherak is not getting Featherfall.
Okay.
That's okay, I have contingencies, obviously.
Okay. Roll a dexterity saving throw. You're going to try to grab onto Sean as you plummet. Actually, roll a you got to grapple him. You got to grapple him.
A
mean, it's the
grapple?
same
That's
either
just
way.
an attack,
No.
isn't it?
No,
No.
grapple check. You can roll an attack, or you can roll a strength.
Yeah, it's like plus
My
7.
headset's about to die.
Strength is +7.
No, but my acrobatics are plus
You don't
7.
use acrobatics
My
for
dex is
grapple.
plus
It's just-
7.
You don't use
My
acrobatics.
attack is plus 7.
You don't use acrobatics for
Yeah,
grapple. That's to get out of a grapple. To
Okay,
grapple
so-
someone, it's a strength check.
Or
only. but I'm allowing you to also attack him because the new unarmed strike rules allow you to replace an unarmed strike with a grapple.
Yes, so it'd be +7.
I'm saying that's why I said you can do either.
Oh, okay.
But the regular grapple rule is not +7 for you because you do not add.
Got you.
Any
I just
additional
automatically
proficiencies.
fail or something? I don't know.
No, if he hits you in the
It's
attack.
a 9. I missed.
Okay, so you miss. Okay, so he
I
plummets
have not
past
done
you.
anything.
He plummets past you, and
Like, no, sorry.
you're like freaking out for a second. And Asherak, as you hit the snow, you just kind of and then stop.
They got
So everybody falls gingerly into the snow, which is incredibly deep. Luckily,
The snow's right here. We're still just
exactly,
gliding.
you're just like gliding. So you take no damage. There's no fall damage. You just plummet into the snow. It's that deep.
It's still gonna sting like hell.
Stars into it,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Snow can be hard.
It appears to be soft. As you guys now are in the snow together, it is snowing pretty heavily.
Wet fur.
And all you really see is you're on top of this large hill. Off in the distance, down this hill, there is a large city. It's very gloomy out, however. There's almost like a constant shadow that is raining over this small village. And on top of a hill, just off in the distance from where you all are, is a very large castle. It's incredibly large. The largest castle you've ever seen.
Does it move?
So,
It doesn't move. It's
Does
not
it howl?
no, but the moon is just ever so slightly just in the perfect position as you see something, or rather someone, as they appear to be humanoid, is flying in the moonlight directly at you guys.
all right.
Ooh.
It's not
So,
gonna do anything. He's incredibly far, or it's incredibly far away. It's a humanoid of some sort.
so
Flying directly at you.
so I'm gonna go over to him and just kind of like.
I'm going to pull
I'll
myself
help him
up.
out of this. Oh, you don't want to? Oh, I was going to say, I thought you guys were playing.
No, I am. I'm
Oh,
taking
okay.
his hand.
Okay, you take his hand to help. Okay, so you guys. And he pulls
And I
you out.
assume I see this, right?
Yes, this person flying at you guys.
How many feet away would you say he is?
A few thousand. He's very far away. But you can see this because they're flying in the moonlight directly at you.
So I just...
And they have like large wings.
I'm going to do something
Flapping.
interesting. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to place it on his head, and I'm going to push us both back down into the snow. And I'm going to begin sweeping snow over the top of us. And I'm just going to go like this. So we're going to stealth them into the snow.
Okay.
Bury ourselves. And mind you, I'm laying here with my bow and arrow literally just like this, ready. So if anything clears the snow, I just move my fingers and they get a face full of arrow.
I would like
Angry and
you guys have
confused.
another.
Pass without a trace. A second.
No.
hers
Mine-
died.
I have a pretty good stealth check. My stealth is +7, which is pretty good for a non-rogue. At level
Milton?
4. I would say.
All right. You have another hit.
But Sean, say
I have this
something.
one, but it's probably dead. I haven't
Yeah,
tried
mine-
it.
What?
Dang stuff.
Okay.
Can
Sorry,
you-
mine down.
Mine is still
I hear
alive
you.
somehow.
I think there's a spare down there.
I know that I can't pronounce it.
Where's my skull candies?
Dylan, my phone.
Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second.
If only Sean would move to California.
Seriously.
All right, so as this individual is
I don't
flying
know
towards
where
you,
my
you guys
second
bury
is.
yourself in the snow. You feel another vibration coming from below you. Oh,
You need him more than me.
Base of the
you feel
giblets.
another mounting vibration
Pretty
as you all feel like you're being sucked downward into the
Told
snow. And once again, you find yourselves in this black and purple area.
So the second we're somewhere else, I assume it feels like a short
Yeah, no,
fall.
it feels like you got sucked in somewhere
So
else, and now you're
Lucarel,
just laying
my
there
hand
on
slips, the
nothing.
arrow just goes errantly off
and it
into
goes
the distance.
nowhere. It just empties into the blackness.
Oh,
You just hear the wolves.
And you have a second to say or do something as once again this whole area now begins to like warble and shake.
I just begin to
All right.
throw a temper tantrum. What the hell is going on?
He throws a temper
I want to
tantrum.
start doing
It's
that.
off.
Get a hold of yourself, man.
I want to stab my short sword into
right?
the nearest tree.
Huh?
I assume I'm out of rage.
Bring it
Yeah.
back again.
Is there anything in to grab on?
tree still? No.
There's nothing there. It's just blackness.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him. Get all the.
I like try to grab it.
There's
and-
nothing to grab onto. Even the ground has like no texture.
I'm
You
just
can
gonna
touch it,
sit
feel it.
with my arms closed.
What? Okay, so we have tension, we have pouting, we have anger.
No, I'm
we
just
have
gonna. I'm
other
actually.
things.
I'm gonna meditate.
Is this like all the different emotions?
I'm gonna meditate. I've decided.
No. And as quickly as you've arrived in this other dimension, you're once again transported somewhere else. This time, you find yourselves all staring upward, and there are just a vast amount of lights sparkling. It's like staring up at the night sky times 1,000. There are stars everywhere. And you find yourselves on a sort of wooden craft vessel. All around you is empty blackness before you see, or rather, first you hear the sounds of cannon fire. As the ship you're on is now shaking in the middle of this blackness of a sea. Just across the way is another vessel firing
favorite
back at
sea.
you. These cannons are going rapidly back and forth at each other as splinters of wood begin to fly off. I need everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw as cannons are now raining down upon you.
11.
21.
I'm going to use guidance on you.
Too late.
How much did you get?
It's on a fail.
On a
You
fake.
can add a D.
Oh, I thought it was restored.
Nope. Guidance has changed.
Yeah.
15.
Oh, okay. Sean, what'd you get?
17.
Oh! Milton, what'd you get?
I got a 23.
Wow, okay, everybody saved.
Can I sprint to the helm?
Yes, so as you sprint towards the helm, you guys are dodging all these cannons, by the way. They're just raining out, and all these like weapons are firing. Weapons you're very unfamiliar with. You head towards the helm, and there's an individual who's standing there. He has an incredibly large hat with a giant feather in it, but the feather doesn't look familiar at all. Well, it must belong to something you've never seen before. It's incredibly large. It's green and yellow and orange. It looks very strange. It looks feathered, but it also looks sharp. So whatever creature it's from, you're not really sure. As you arrive towards the helm, this very tall but skinny individual, he's wearing like a sort of like modified trench coat with like metal patches everywhere. And he looks towards you. He's green. He's completely and utterly green. Looks incredibly strange. You've never seen someone that looks quite like this. And it's almost like scales, but in a fishy sort of way.
Okay.
And he says, "Who be you? And what are you doing on my ship?"
I believe I can steer this better than you have.
You have space vehicle?
Oh, I know where we are again.
Can I just feel like laying on my back?
She's just giving up. She's just fuck this.
Are there like cannons I can man?
Yeah, you can man a cannon.
Yeah, no,
there are
I'm
people
just-
manning cannons, but there are empty cannons. And they're just, you're being bombarded.
Yeah, I don't have time to question it. I am in survival mode.
I don't know how to operate a cannon, but I do know how to operate a sea vehicle. And if
So
this
he looks at you, sea vehicle, eh? You not be on the sea, me boy.
then where do we be?
Okay, I'm looking around to see if there's any islands or anything off in the distance.
No, but you do see large orbs, not too far away
Two
from
of them.
here, that look oddly like land and sea, but you're not flying on a sea or
There's no way.
on or land to be nearby. There's nowhere to anchor per se. As you fire the first cannon shot, a large black cloud once again envelops the ship, but nothing comes with you. You're once again in this black dimensional space. And all you guys see around you is like a little bit of like residue of smoke from the cannon fire, but nothing else. That's it. Anything you guys wish to do as you're once again briefly in
Meditating.
this sort of pocket.
I just
Are we gonna be stuck here forever? Is that? Did we die? Is this hell? Is this limbo or something?
I have no idea where we are.
Just meditating.
What the hell is going on?
I have no idea.
Can I assassinate the dimension twist?
Attempts to assassinate. As you go to strike outward as in ferocity, Deity's pissed. Deity's livid right now. You are instantly, once again, transported to the top of a castle wall settlement sort of thing. However, it's very decrepit. There's a large moat, and you can hear the sounds of clashing. But the sound you hear the most over all the others, the faint sounds of people dying and wails of people being stabbed and butchered, is a loud moaning.
It's moaning Myrtle.
Echoing over kind of every other sound.
Is
There's
it
this,
ghastly or sensual?
oh no, ghastly.
Okay.
Like the sound of a...
So say that definitely is a
Well, for
big
Abstract,
difference.
you immediately recognize this sound, Abstract. You've seen something similar to this before in your homeland, which is now the ruins of Subalon. But back in your homeland, when the virus was afflicting your area, there was all sorts of manner of creepy things that would go bump in the night that you had encountered. And this sound kind of triggers something deep inside you that you kind of repressed for years. But you recognize this sound as the living dead. As you look down from the walls around you, and there is an enormous swarm of undead that is just ramming themselves into the wall. And they're piling on top of each other, and there's piles on these exterior walls leading into this city that's just in ruins, essentially. But people are fighting, and they're just pouring over like water over rock. As once again, you're here for just a brief moment. Does anybody want to do anything?
I stab it.
You stab a zombie? You can stab a zombie.
I'm a stab a zombie.
Yeah, I'm fighting. I'm in fight mode.
Okay, so you still have your shillelagh. You just smack it. The zombie's head, it just gushes, squirts out some blackish ooze. It falls to the ground. You stab a zombie through the skull, and as soon as you do that, it's replaced by yet another zombie. So it really doesn't seem to matter how much of a dent you put in all of
That's fine. I'm getting out my anger.
Yeah, exactly. There's some venting going.
Yeah.
Except for her. Are you still throwing a fit? She's just laying there. She's just throwing a fit. This is her tactic.
For me, this isn't about venting my anger. This is about keeping the fuck away from me.
Yes, they do appear to be encroaching upon you.
I feel like I'm taking it like I'm dead or going through the stages of dying, and so I'm just like checked out. Like
I did not first see the barbarian not going absolute ape shit on everything that is seen.
I'm exhausted. I'm out of
She's
rage.
just like, I'm done. I am so done. She's just had enough. Okay. As once again you're here for just a brief moment, the wall below you.
I don't even think they're real. Like
oh, they're not even. They're just figments of the passing of life. As the walls beneath you begin to collapse, you're once again transported into this realm of black and purple area. You fall, but nothing seems to hurt. There's no texture or anything. Does anybody wish to do anything while you're in this?
You know what? Not anymore.
I do.
Okay. All
I
right.
kind of just let out a sigh.
He's still. Yeah. All right.
Determination is the key. Is there a thing that I can tie my rope to?
Then, as you look around, there's no objects. There's nothing to put it on. There's no texture even to the ground. Like I said, it's like you're walking on nothing. But it's solid.
I'm gonna start sprinting.
So you start booking it. As you start booking it,
I'm trying things.
you exit this blackness, and the whole group does, but you're just running. As you are running into this now other dimension, I need you to roll a dexterity save. As two high, bright, flashing lights come straight at you.
That is a 14.
Okay, so you do not succeed. You're hit by a large metallic object. You hear as you get hit by an object. You take 11 bludgeoning damage. Holy balls! You go toppling over this metallic object. You smash into what appears to be some sort of glass and fall off the side of this object. An individual immediately stops, gets out of this thing, and shouts, "Hey, what are you doing here? I'm driving! Come on! You fucking schmuck!"
I'm just kind of like mumbling to myself. I was like, "This death sequence is weird." Like,
She's still over. She's still over.
Does
So
this
the
man
rest of
appear to
you
be like normal?
Well, you don't know. You have no idea what's going on.
Is he a human? What is he?
Oh, yeah, I know. He looks like a human. He looks like a human.
Guys, I think we're in Brooklyn.
As these vehicles all around you begin to stop, and they stop, and a bunch of individuals get out of these things, and they're just staring at you guys. It's very strange. You see all around you are incredibly tall buildings with bright lights. And like I said, these vehicles with people stopping, and they're staring at you guys. Hey, what the hell is that thing wearing? What are you wearing?
I get inside the nearest car or machine.
Oh, vehicle.
I get inside the nearest one and I say, "Take me to a tavern."
You'd say that, the guy is like, "What do I look like to you, a cabbie? Get the fuck out of my car."
car.
Rude. Carriage service.
Carriage? What the fuck?
I begin undoing one of like the little things from the tire because I'm curious about it.
Hey! Leave my car alone!
Interesting. And I immediately lift up the hood.
It appears to be angry. It's hissing.
Oh, snake!
I'm just like laying there.
I know how to deal with those, and I
Why
draw an
haven't I
arrow.
seen like this in my past life? This is so weird.
I walk up to the bar.
take off the cap and start spitting
to the
steam.
cat. It's like, hey, could you do me a favor?
Shooting arrows
Could you-
at the radio.
I don't know. Punch me, make sure this is real, because I'm not.
What the fuck? As you say
No,
that,
I karate chop him
Oh, you
right
said that to
between.
him.
I karate
No,
chop him
no.
right between the eyes.
to the cat.
The largest
you want
person
her to
here.
hit you. That's ballsy.
Hit him.
At this point, I'm not even sure.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage as she punches you in the face.
Okay, it's real.
And then I come in.
I'm just laying on the ground and I'm like,
So, as you guys did it, you do see the crowd that's now gathered around you guys. You see their eyes get real wide, and they almost like retreat from this area. And you see 4 individuals begin walking towards you. They're wearing strange outfits. And one is not even a human. It appears to be some sort of animal
non-human.
creature thing, but it's walking at you and it has a very large. Sean, you know what guns are, so you've used them. It appears to be like an incredibly large musket, but the creature itself is very small, about like 4 feet tall.
Is the creature holding a musket?
Yes, it's holding this very large musket, and there's also this like knight that looks kind of familiar to you guys. Knight in shining armor aspect. Does look a little familiar. And then a half, not like half naked, but a green thing, a green humanoid thing is walking toward. It's not wearing a shirt though. And then, like I said, some dude in a weird costume. And as they walk towards you guys, and they look menacing. They look like they're about to fuck shit up. As they walk towards you, once again, this blackened smoke erupts around you all, and you are transported into this other dimension. So, anybody want to do anything while you're here?
I would like to start creating a poison.
Oh, he's just like, I'm killing myself. I'm done.
Yeah. Something.
Fucking happen.
So
Before you get to do that, you are once again transported out. This time, you recognize the area around you. You recognize the area around you. You all are transported to some sort of like outside locale. It does look semi-familiar to the place you kind of came from. There are a lot of large towers, but the city is larger. It's enormous. But you immediately recognize this location as this vision you've seen from your master. You're in the same spot. You're not really sure how or why or where, but you begin rapidly looking around just for any sort of clue or anything.
Which vision is this from? Because I've had several.
Well, you've had the two. This is the vision
Well, I also
from the
had-
large tower. Oh. No, the vision you
The
had.
skyscraper,
Yes.
metal. Okay.
Exactly. From
Okay.
from when you went to Baldur's shop.
Mhm.
Okay, and he had you hold the pedestal.
Yeah.
So this is that same location, the exact same spot. It's like you came here and it's out of your memory. It looks the same. But you're only here for a brief moment. As off in the distance, you see a very large, kind of, I would describe it as almost like a heavy set black dragon is flying towards this tower. But before it is able to notice you all, you're once again in this black and purple dimension for once again another brief moment. But this time, when the blackness goes away, you all are laying on the ground outside of the tower where you just were.
I've been laying.
Well, actually, you were many, many minutes ago. However, everything around you is grayed out, it's lacking color.
It's mute.
Yes, exactly. There's no sound, or rather, the sound carries differently. You can see around you all the devastation that occurred. There is nothing left, really, of the Eternal Keep. The bridge that led there has been absolutely obliterated. There are no bodies around you. So everybody
so
that you've
eternal.
seen that were here are elsewhere, evaporated, who knows? They're gone. The district itself, all the farms, all the houses, this whole area appears to be a wasteland. It's just destroyed buildings and annihilation. I would say death, but there's no bodies anywhere.
Right.
Okay? And there's the faint feeling of static electricity in the air, as well as a sort of fog
Feeling
that
alive.
that's kind of all around you. And you hear a loud screeching sound come from the sky. You can't quite see anything, but a loud screeching sound.
I don't
So,
know.
what do you
about-
guys want to do?
I don't know about you, y'all, but I don't want to be near whatever's making that noise.
Yes, I quite agree.
Quite the opposite.
You're insane.
That we have just
Man,
heard
or
deserves repentance.
Agreed. But the best fights are the ones we live through, and I'm in no condition to take on much else.
I still don't believe any of this is real.
She didn't deny it.
Am I tinkering with my poisonous kit?
Okay, so you're going to continue to try to make a poison. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Okay.
to talk about that
So,
later. I need some because I make blowguns, which
at
counts.
this moment, you can now hear
D12,
the sound of
like a fucking boulder.
wind gusting towards
Dude
you.
does like a front.
Whoosh, whoosh. Sort of warbling sound, but once again, it's a little bit distorted. Okay, as now this grayish matter that's kind of enveloping around you all is beginning to blow, almost inwards. It's being sucked in towards the Eternal Keep, and you can feel this, like I said, this static electricity throughout the air. Something is coming. You're just not sure what.
So, I want to start heading in the opposite direction.
Okay, so
and
you
to find-
head towards-
and try to find somewhere to hide.
Okay, so as you head towards the gate that you all came in, except for the sewer people, you see a dark, purple, cloudy mist on the outskirts of the district that you're in. Okay, and it's just this rotating mass is just sitting there and swirling. You're not really sure what it is. But that's what you can see as you've headed down this pathway. And as you walk, you almost feel like an echo of your footsteps.
Yeah.
Can I head is the downstairs of the tower available?
No, the entire tower is gone. And you can almost see, like, what was below the tower, because it's like a downstairs, but really it was, like, built in, so they built upward from the downstairs area. But the brick that was covering it is completely obliterated. What was there appears to be some sort of, like, forge area. The forge is still kind of intact, but everything there has been annihilated. And you can see, as you're heading towards, like, the right side, you can see that there was some sort of, like, hidden room down under, but it's since been just blown apart.
Yeah.
But that's where the forge is. The forge, like I said, it appears to be relatively intact, but there's nothing else around it.
Okay.
So he walks off.
Yeah, I'm going with him.
Okay, so you two head there.
I'm just gonna say out loud as they walk off. I'm gonna say, might be a good idea to stick together. Don't you think it's a bit odd?
Welcome to come, but I'm getting out of this hellstorm.
Safety in numbers.
Well,
You
as
seem to be about
say
self-preservation.
that, as you say that, that gusting wind sound begins to get closer, and
Exactly.
once again, the shriek that this creature lets out almost bursts your eardrums. Now at this point, it's getting that close.
If I had any,
If I had any eardrums.
yeah.
You do have sensors.
So I'm just
Can I
gonna.
roll a nature to see if this is a
Yes,
sound
you
that-
may. Finally.
Nature's
Nobody
not-
wants to do any check.
my
or
nature's
anything.
not very
Everybody's
good.
just like,
Well, it's like by
12.
the time we do the
not
check.
bad.
well, okay.
Plus 2 then?
You recall in your studies, reading at the monastery, reading about ancient lore, things that are no longer deemed as threats to the continent. And this sound reminds you of a description of a creature you've met. That creature being a dragon.
So
Now, you're not sure which kind, because you do know that there are varying kinds of dragons, but the shrieking and wind flapping sound of this creature.
generically draconic.
Exactly. Well, you rolled a 12. What do you want? From
Yeah. So I'm going to look over at the rest of them and I'm going to say, put my hand on his shoulder as he departs. Yes, I think it's best. Make sure you depart in a zigzag pattern. And I'm going to look at them and I'm going to say,
I'm around the tower.
oh, well, her. And I'm going to say that I believe is the beating wings of a dragon.
And now you all, as he
This is
says
a very
that, except
long
for,
death
except for
sequence.
deity, because he's not there, but you all
As
understand
a warrior, you
a
should
dragon
prove
hasn't been
yourself.
seen on this continent in thousands of years. So for that to be something that
There's
he's
nothing
confirmed,
to-
essentially,
Am I exhausted
would
right
be pretty terrifying.
I confirmed it to
Doesn't
her
have a
quietly.
range.
I need him to run a serpentine.
You're not.
Oh,
exhausted.
you want him in front of Serpentine.
I'm going to tell him in my training, all my years,
It didn't
I've learned
say
the best
anything
way of
about it.
escape is
It's
to run a
like,
serpentine.
Okay.
And I've learned the best way to survive
I don't have it
in
if
such
I-
situations is to
Yeah,
hide.
you're not.
You know what? They might be looking
Yeah.
for predatory animals. Maybe
Okay.
a pig
That's an actual condition.
Okay.
would be a good choice.
Okay.
Farm animal or
I'm just
cow.
gonna.
Yes, a
walk
cow
with
would be
them.
an excellent choice. No one would
Okay, so
ever
you're going
look
with them?
twice at a
Yeah.
cow.
Okay. The Venator will follow.
I'm trying to convince him to
He's
turn.
pretty beat up too. I mean, I think everybody's kind of pretty beat up.
I'm trying to convince him
I got
that
hit
wild
by a
shape.
train and a clock.
The rogue of all the people. That's
Yeah.
why I love it.
Yes,
That's why I love
and
it.
I've also
Of all the
decided.
people to get messed up by dex checks, the rogue.
Mm-hmm.
That is money.
Also, I've decided, and along with trying to convince him to run a serpentine, I'm trying to convince him to wild shape into an inconspicuous animal, not like a predatory animal. You know, like a pig or a cow.
Ah.
Well, I don't know how.
You do.
You've
You
never
just.
seen a pig or a
It's
cow.
not something you've prepared for today.
Darn. I was going to say that would be totally nondescript.
So,
Definitely wouldn't
what
get
are you
us
doing?
noticed.
Now you hear the flapping getting much closer.
All I'm
Because
saying
you're
is
kind
if
of
you're
the
a cow
furthest.
and you get
You're
eaten,
the furthest away
you
from
just
the
turn
group.
back to you.
It's rapidly approached. Not how it works.
Right.
I would like to hide amongst the rubble.
Yeah.
Okay, at the tower.
Yes.
Okay, because all of you technically, there's tons of rubble everywhere, so you can move from spot to spot and hide as you make your way.
Yeah, like I said, I was looking for somewhere to hide.
Downtown.
Okay, so, alright, first, roll a stealth.
That is a 22.
Okay. Go ahead.
I got a 21.
21.
That's a 17.
Anybody that wants to stealth, go for it.
Are we?
17?
Stealth.
How much longer?
We're almost.
Okay. I was curious because I was like, hold on.
No.
Thought it was 9. I thought it was 9:20 this whole time.
I think I picked it. I don't know. I
with
have
us?
proficiency in stealth.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Wow, I needed it. 9.
21.
Woo!
21.
Okay. So, that's okay. So, as you're hiding amongst the rubble, you see the creature flies overhead. And as it flies overhead, it lands kind of in between where you guys are trying to, in between the tower and where you were. So you're on the back side of this dragon. Now, this dragon is not a normal dragon. It appears to be heavily decayed. So there are pieces of bone sticking out. The flesh itself looks pretty rough.
Ugh.
Now,
I imagine it smells quite
it
awful.
does expel a mote of acid towards you, Poppy. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
God. A 7.
Okay,
You do have
take
other dice.
14 acid damage. As it lets out this mote of acid. And the floor, but mind you, the ground is getting like eaten up by this acid. You all manage to hide behind some rubble and dodge it, but as it strikes any surface, it begins corroding it. So, what is everybody doing?
Sneaking away.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to use your movement to try to sneak away.
Actually, no, I can't leave Poppy. I'm going to pop out and I'm going to shoot.
But she's not leaving, she's with you guys.
Yeah, but she just got sprayed. So I'm going to pop out and I'm going to shoot at this guy and then I'm going to fucking run in the opposite direction.
Okay. Alright. Gonna try to outrun a dragon?
No, I'm going to try and buy them time.
And die.
I'm relying on my wits and cunning to hopefully hide and evade this thing.
Okay. Alright, roll the hit. That immediately ends your stealth.
I'm aware.
Okay. Roll it.
I probably missed with a 16.
Yes. So you thwap it, it off of its bone.
And I just... Yeah.
Okay, so you're running away from the rest of the party.
Yes.
Okay, so you can kind of head in two directions. You can head towards the tower, which is where he is, or you can head towards the Eternal Keep. However, the Eternal Keep, the bridge is gone. So it's a dead end.
What is beneath the Eternal Keep?
Eternal Abyss.
Like the
There is a
bridge.
giant chasm on all sides.
Okay, but I don't know that there would be water down there, correct?
No, you know there is no water down there.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I was just gonna fucking freebird it, but so I'll go the other way.
Towards the tower?
Yeah.
Back towards the tower? Okay, so you're heading in the opposite direction of this, like, purple vortex. Remember, you're still in this, like, very, like, gray...
Actually, no, I'm gonna go toward. We don't know what the vortex is, correct?
No.
I'm gonna go towards it.
Yeah, that's where they're heading.
Yeah, but hopefully they can kind of like
Well, yeah, you guys are, like,
safely
next to each other running
make their
around the
way.
street. Okay, Deity, you are the one that we have to figure out where you're going, because you're separated now.
I am going to use steady aim,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna thwap it.
Shoot it with an arrow.
Yeah.
Alright, roll the hit.
You are insane. You two are
I
insane.
am,
dragon.
but running away from the only piece of information seems crazier.
It's a dragon.
Yes.
An undead one, I've had.
Headset died.
No, I want to make it perfectly clear. I'm still running away. I just care about you guys and doing
That
the right
is
thing.
an 18.
That is a miss.
All right.
So it plinks once again on its bone. Bones.
I cannot move, so I will.
Oh, balls. Okay, It turns and expels energy at you. I need you to roll a dex save.
Wait, I didn't get a chance to go.
Oh, you can do something if you'd like, or you can keep running.
I want to go. I want to go sneak up to Poppy and like kind of help her up after being acided.
Yeah.
And I'll cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
It's at this moment I was just like hits me.
Now-
Oh crap! I'm still alive.
Yes, you are very much realizing that you are alive and that hurt really bad. So Sean, go ahead and roll. And give me that dex save.
That is 15 on the deck save.
Plus charisma.
12 HP.
So you get
Yay.
12 and you got what?
15.
15? Okay, so you take half.
All right. Is it poison?
It is acid. Half of 18, 9 acid.
I'm knocked out.
Okay, so you see the acid hits him, and it sears into your metal, and you collapse to the ground.
Holy
So-
smokes!
After that, the dragon takes off. Now, you guys, most 1, 2 are. Well, Sean's not hiding anymore. So you're still hiding narrowly, but the dragon heads towards this purplish mist. The swirling thing, okay? It heads towards it, and it flies directly at it. As it does, an enormous eruption takes place. And I need everybody to roll a dexterity saving throw. Dylan, you automatically fail. So you have one
I
failed
probably
death
failed with
with a 2?
13.
Oh, 13.
I can't get it.
Natural
I
20.
I got a 22.
12.
Oh, I rolled so bad. So fail, succeed. Frank and Nikki, you each take 3 damage. Bludgeoning. You're just hit by a shockwave. And then quickly, you're pulled into this vortex. Everybody. Yeah, just 90s.
Is this
A noodle man.
unification happen?
Uh,
I think I.
the next thing you notice,
Thank you, sorry.
as you're pulled into this, you all awaken at the same exact time. But you're in a location that's not familiar to really anybody. Sean, roll a history check.
I don't think anything has been familiar to anybody.
No, you all awaken. So even though most of you weren't unconscious, only one of you were, you all awaken at the same time, but you're in a very unfamiliar place in a bed.
At
Each of you
what
in your own.
30, 20.
Everybody actually has full HP now.
Oh, long rest?
Yes, a very long rest. Sean, what'd you roll?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Not
20.
natural, just 20.
You immediately recognize a couple things. One, smell. Two, the bricks, the stonework, the masonry. You recognize immediately that you must be in some sort of infirmary ward of the Arcanate, which is hundreds of miles from where you were before. As you all awaken, there are a few individuals standing in this room. One, you see some sort of like nurse doctor. She's kind of like changing some towels out, wet rags and stuff like that. But you also see a couple individuals of the Arcaneum. You see Poppy. You see your old weapon master. He's just kind of sitting near you, but he's asleep in the chair. And he's got like all these like books that appear to be like open and like partially read. You know him pretty well. You know he like read half of it, got bored, and picked up another book. Because you know he doesn't really like reading. But he's asleep in the chair. Marcus, there's no one at your bedside. Sorry. You're a wanted man. You're a fugitive. What do you expect?
Here beside me.
Life. You are now life, not deity. Life. You remember this individual from your time in the caves. She helped you escape and promised in the future to continue to provide the assistance from within to try to clear your name. She too appears to be asleep. It appears to be very, very late. There's no real lights except for the lantern they have lit here. The only thing at your bedside, Tira, is a letter. You see like a letter with a stamp on it, and you immediately recognize the seal. Sorry, the seal. It appears to be the seal of your queen. Asherak, at the foot of your bed, meditating there, is Paragon Alijari. He's just kind of like sitting there, and he lets out a deep sigh as you kind of like, you all like sit up at the same exact time in your bed, startled, like you were just in this fight with a dragon or something. And like I said, you see Paragon Alijari, he lets out this deep sigh. And he opens his eyes. So, he addresses you immediately. He says, I am glad to see you have awakened. What? We were worried. What do you remember?
Well,
What happened?
from the looks of it, I feel as though perhaps I failed in the real reason I was here. Some sort of cataclysm to place a dragon.
I'm not sure if you understand where here is. You are no longer in Everhelm. You have not been for some time. I have some bad news. Most of the city has been destroyed, as well as the population. This dragon you speak of is a continuing problem. But what is more worrisome is the fact that you all are the only survivors of this incident. It appears that the surrounding mists of our continent have erupted in some sort of magical force. Whatever has caused this caused the loss of over 200,000 people's lives in seemingly a blink of an eye. And you all are the only ones to survive. What is even more strange is that you all bear a similar mark.
That's what.
The investigations we have done meticulously, you all share something with this exact sigil. And yet you have been unconscious now for over 6 months.
Okay, I
I
immediately
was just
start.
like, 6 months!
I immediately start
You see,
looking.
he's a little surprised because you're whoa.
I immediately start looking around out for my staff.
No, it's next to you. It's next to you.
It's like
Put it on yourself. Yeah, nobody's at your bedside, sorry.
no, not because I don't want anyone taking it.
If you all are feeling up to it, I would like to address you all with their assistance.
Whose assistance?
Who?
What?
He directs you at a couple of individuals. There is a short, stout female dwarf, and she appears to be kind of like meticulously going over, looking at stuff on the Venator that you guys traveled with. Like checking health-related things, pulse, and things like that. And then there's another individual who stands with a very large gown and a necklace sigil that marks him as the adjudicator of the Arcanum. We have done intensive studies on all of you while you were under. We feared you were not going to wake up. We tried everything. Magical means, mystical means, nothing worked. And then now, all of a sudden, here you all are, awake. What do you remember of what you've seen?
Feels like an acid trip. That's what I remember.
I just tell them everything.
I was
that
just like,
happened.
literally.
Yeah, no, I just break down for them everything that happened.
I remember her storming in the room. I freaked out to try to stumble and grab my dagger, and then everything went black.
Yes, there is something strange about you. You are built differently than other forged I've seen.
Different.
Life flexes.
I was trying to do was find out who the hell killed my brother. That's it.
Interesting. And this led you all to the same place.
You mentioned your brother, and I
Basically, this is
immediately was all like thinking about my sister.
This is
and now
after
I'm panicking.
Asherek has now spilled the beans. He's kind of said everything that he knows from his perspective.
This is
So,
quite interesting that we've
somehow
almost
stumbled on
all
the same path. I don't think this is coincidence.
almost all lost someone that we love or a family member.
Indeed. And the
I
only
just kinda eye you
survivors of this
suspiciously.
catastrophe. And you say you went to other places and survived. This is unique. Anyone who travels through the mists dies.
Miss?
They're never heard from again. And that appears to be unique for you all. Think about you. Maybe this
Wait,
work.
wait, we went through the mist?
What miss?
Some sort of mist-like thing. Yes, this portal. This transportation.
How is it even possible? I know you don't have the answer, but I'm still asking the question.
We've seen this in an individual before, but not this many.
What individual?
I'm just angry, and I'm asking about my sister. Where's my sister?
Don't know who your sister is. We don't really know much about any of you.
Wait, who else?
You've been unconscious for 6 months. The other individual is the Venator that went with you. He had survived one in his youth. But all of you together, this is no mere coincidence.
Sort of seems
And there
very
have been other
coincidental.
portals being opened on the continent. Somewhere, somehow. Individuals like the ones you've described, these purple-eyed peoples, witnesses that have come forward, have seen them.
There were purple-eyed people. That's just coincidence.
Wait, are there more?
You said he traveled with you. How does he not remember it?
Wait, you said... Oh, fuck me.
Are there more dragons too?
So,
No, the dragon has kept itself in Neverhelm,
I can
but
confirm...
it causes havoc, chaos in the city. Few dare return to the island.
She's dead, Jim.
I can confirm one thing for you.
He's coming out through here.
Those purple-eyed
I was
people,
gonna say we're good. We're
they're
about
not-
to wrap anyway.
they're not in control of themselves.
Interesting.
Because there's someone very powerful who can control minds.
This guy sounds like a lunatic.
Well, if you guys would have it, I would like to have this meeting as a group in the other room. If that's all right. with
Sounds
everyone.
fine.
Are we
with
going to
me.
continue to be observed?
Just for now.
When
But I
he's,
promise you, once the adjudicator has his words, you will be given all of your stuff back.
when he says that, I would like to talk to the dwarf.
Yes! So, yeah, now there are all the people that were asleep, which were a lot of them. Like I said, it's very late at night. They are awake. So she's kind of... She's happy that you're awake, but she's also, like, very curious about everything that you've seen and are doing.
I'm going to talk to her in Dwarven.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If she didn't understand that, I was going to say...
No, of course she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we?
We are at the Arcaneum. It's some sort of magical institution.
Okay, how did we get here?
Well, they found your bodies outside of the city in like the common area. I don't know, poor area, whatever they call it. Some
I'm just
bad,
kind of looking
dirty
at him.
district. Yeah, only if you speak Dwarven, you're the only ones that can understand. My character understands. Cool. Woo, Dwarven.
I speak Draconic.
Oh! That
would have helped with
dragon
the
the whole time. He was throwing shade. He was like, y'all are bitches.
Bitch. He's like, bitch.
But they discovered your bodies, and I received word of them. They're finding you after you told me where you're going. I heard of the devastation, and I sent out as some helpful people, some people that would hopefully find you. It took us 3 months just to figure out that you were here, and then it took even longer for me to get permission to be by your side. I've only been here for a couple of days,
Have you heard of Tobias Copperback II?
Master?
Father, yes.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Well, yes, of course. I mean, famous crafter, yes.
Have you seen him?
No. How would I have seen him?
He went missing. You said this was a magical institution. I'm not sure if the portal that he went through led
No.
here.
Remember, I was with you. Shortly after, remember your prison cell? Man, that portal must have...
I thought you said there was the dwarf that... Oh, okay.
This is the dwarf that, like I said, you remember her. She helped you escape.
Oh, I was misunderstanding. I thought she was
you were-
helping, like,
Oh, no,
look
the person
over...
that's helping the vendor, she's just, like, working on him, cuts and scrapes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
She's with him.
I was
That's
talking...
the one you want to go talk
Yes.
to.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So the dwarf, the female that you're familiar with, she kind of like walks you over to her as she's working meticulously on this guy. So you can see now as you approach, he has like a metal arm and pieces spread throughout his body. He's like part you.
Mhm.
Is what it looks like. And she's like patching him up.
Okay.
And she turns towards you. Ah, can I help you with something?
Yes, I'm sure you overheard my questions. I was
Yes.
hoping you had further answers.
Tobias. I've heard the name. I've never met him in person.
Approximately when was the date that he disappeared?
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
You know? Oh, now that would be 8 months ago.
Okay.
So at the beginning of the year, essentially, basically like the first day of the year.
Was there any weird occurrences here at the Arcanate? No, I'm looking at the dwarf next to me. Approximately 8 months ago.
Not to my knowledge. Or share with you anyway. We don't really know you, and you're kind of a strange forge. I haven't seen one built quite like you.
Correct. I'm more so curious if someone happened to show up. Tobias.
Oh, you're...
He was working on a project with me.
Project.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not privy to the information of what exactly that is.
Well, what happened?
There's an explosion and a portal.
You see, she looks over at the adjudicator, who appears to be listening intently
Okay.
to the conversation. Huh. And what did this portal look like?
I believe it had a bluish explosion to it. I couldn't make out exactly what had happened.
But you survived somehow.
Yes.
And then he was missing after.
He was missing, and his hand was also, well, not on his person.
Interesting. We didn't have anyone up, but it can definitely do some digging.
I would appreciate that.
Sure, of course.
If you
Especially if
Sounds
you're
different
going to
than your
be
regular
working
life.
together.
working together.
Well, these portals, they're not just some random coincidence that you all have run into. And if the portal you described is anything like what's popping up in the world, that might be your only clue to find your father. And she says that kind of
Yeah.
oddly.
Well, I await further information from you.
Sure, let's head into the other room where we can talk amongst each other.
Yes.
So real quick, Paragon Al-Hajari kind of like helps you out of the bed. Did you happen to meet anyone
Nope.
particular? Anyone of the order?
Nope.
One of us?
Nope.
And he kind of like walks with you to the other room. You don't have anybody. Sean, real quick. you have a sealed letter on your bedside.
Yeah, I've been opening it and reading it. I've been ignoring everything else.
Oh, you're ignoring everything else. You're opening and reading it. Okay. So there is a letter there from the Queen that appears to be addressed directly towards you. The first part of the letter is kind of apologetic. There's apologizing for the king and his rash actions and the wanted posters. But after all the apologies and everything, there's almost like a call to action. She asks for your assistance. She says that one of these portals had popped up in the city in Portugal and created a great amount of devastation. She heard that you had gone through one of these portals through her spy network and somehow survived. So she asks that if a portal happens to open up in Portugal, if you would be willing to dive into her rescue, save her people. And if you do this, she promises to talk to the king and sway him over to get rid of the wanted posters, take down the bounty on your head, and then in secret, you all could be together. You both could be together, I should say, you and the queen, but in secret only, of course, because keeping up with appearances with the king, at least for now, is what it says in the letter. For now, but once she's queen of the realm, things will be different. So that's just it's semi-short letter. Like I said, apology at the first, but then like a sort of call
It's
to
very
action.
long and complicated to me.
But
I give it a little kiss.
as you approach it, you smell her perfume on it.
We all just kind of stop what we're doing.
No, I'm just like,
Yes.
Give it a kiss.
And we're going to end with everyone walking into this other room, and there's a very large, long table. There's some food and beverages at this table, but at the head of this table is the adjudicator. And some other people's compatriots are also present there. Like I said, your old training master, he's with you. He just kind of sits next to you. He's very confused about everything that's going on. It's definitely over his head. But he does give you some good information about the coffee shop. He does say that he's still maintaining it. He's keeping everything running, day-to-day operations. He had to hire a few people, so coin is a little short right now. But things are going okay. Coffee's not selling quite as well, but his desserts are a banger. And so we'll end with everyone entering the room together with the adjudicator and some of the compatriots.
Nice.
All right, and next time on our next session, we're going to pick it up. That is it for Chapter 1, Oblivion. Everybody got some interesting thrashing about with these portals. We're going to pick it up with
Skyrim.
Sean as our DM next time.
Ooh.
So chapter 1, Oblivion, session 4 is officially over. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time. Au revoir.
Auf Wiedersehen. Gesundheit.
Ciao.
Good night.